trace my steps back to then. Oh, I want that feeling. It's all that I needed to move on, to feel it. It's all that I needed. I need it. I want that feeling. It's all that I needed to move on, to feel it. It's all that I needed. I need it. How the years go by, searching for the moments I'm a little less 25, a little less 25, a little less, searching for the moments I'm a little less 20, a little less 25.
All you left me was the radio, and it goes like ooh, yeah, yeah. And it goes like ooh, yeah, yeah. When I press play, all I hear is you. And it goes like ooh, yeah, yeah. When I press play, all I hear is you. Oh, every single song tells me we're through. But I can't turn it off cause it's the truth. Yeah, it's the truth. And it goes like Is this what giving up feels like? I don't know, I don't know. Tell me, have I lost my mind? Nowhere to go, so far from home. Is this what giving up feels like? I don't know, I don't know. Tell me, have I lost my mind? So I break these walls and hold my head up high, and I step my ground until the day I die. As the rain falls down, there's no more tears to cry, tears to cry. So I break these walls and hold my head up high. No, I'm not giving in. No, I'm not giving in.
sometimes we get free. Oh, you take the long way to stay close to me. I don't want another, I just wanna breathe. You take me higher, you stay close to me. Oh, I feel so alive, feel so alive. The dark won't close my eyes. Yeah, I feel so alive, feel so alive. Oh, we chase the night. Oh, I feel so alive, feel so alive. The dark won't close my eyes. Yeah, I feel so alive, feel so alive. Oh, we chase the night. Feel so alive, feel so alive. The dark won't close my eyes. Yeah, feel so alive, feel so alive. Oh, we chase the night. Sometimes a disaster, sometimes we get free. Oh, you take the long way to stay close to me. I don't want another, I just wanna breathe. You take me higher, you stay close to me. I feel so alive, feel so alive. The dark won't close my eyes. Yeah, I feel so alive, feel so alive. Oh, we chase the night. Oh, I feel so alive, feel so alive. The dark won't close my eyes. Yeah, I feel so alive, feel so alive. Oh, we chase the night. Feel so alive, feel so alive. The dark won't close my eyes. Yeah, I feel so alive, feel so alive. Oh, we chase the night.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Spate Split Open number 1. This is the final bracket. We're going to have the quarterfinals, semifinals, and the grand finals for you today. Starting off with Supbro versus X13. I'm Starcoin Hero, joined by Doc Roz. We got a best of 7 series on our hands. One of these teams going home. One of these teams is going further in.
One of these teams will be going home today. Question is it going to be Supbro or X13? And correct me if I'm wrong here, man, but I think you and I have we've seen X13 before
Yes,
in some
we
other
have.
events that we've done together.
Yes, we have. X13 is a very talented team. I've seen Supbro around the scene a little bit, so we should have a pretty good game on our hands. I'm expecting this to not be a sweep. I think we're going to go to at least game 6 today.
At least a game 6? Okay, fair enough. I think, fair enough. I think I'm going to have to agree with you. I don't see either team just blowing the other one out of the water. I haven't had as much experience with Supbros as you have, but here comes X13 off the jump with a great pass in front of the net. Yag's new controller, who it is to X13 Gabby. Gababy, jeez.
1-0 already for X13. It took 30 seconds to get on the board. We should be in for some high-flying, high-scoring, high-octane Rocket League action as this one rolling around the net. It's off the bar, it's off the post, it's off pretty much everything, and it somehow stays out. The defense of X13 starting to heat up early as another shot is blocked by Supro.
I mean, X13 there from a strong offensive play immediately having to show up on the defensive line and block at least 3 or 4 shots in close opportunities, just barely coming out on top with that one. Ball's coming the other way now, maybe another opportunity, but X13 doing a great job of kicking the ball out of their half pretty quickly now.
That they are, as Gababy catches them off again. That is 2 goals. And Supro's defense, they were so good for so long, but now they falter and they fall down 2.
Subro's struggling a little bit here in the beginning of this first match. Already off to a bad start on defense here, and offensively they had a couple of good opportunities, but they just could not get rid of X13's rather stellar defense here so far, and spending a little bit too much time out in front of their own half. At least for them here, nobody's there to finish that one off. It just seems like they're a little bit off of their positioning here, especially on defense.
Does seem that way, as that's just a whiff, and that is a walk-on goal. Adrift does it this time, and that makes 3 goals now for X13. Supro just keeps falling and falling and falling.
Falling they are, but you know, it's not over yet. It's still the first matchup. Could just be a classic case of figuring out where they need to be here against X13, what they need to have their play style as, and what they need to do to counteract some stuff. So, you know, might see, I think we will see a rather different game number 2. Whether X13 wins or not in that one, I think it'll be at least significantly closer.
I gotta agree, but we might be getting ahead of ourselves. This game not over yet. Gababy going to score the hat trick, but it is still not over. 2 minutes, 55 seconds. I have seen more done in less. So Supro, they just need to get their head back on their shoulders and they will be good to go. A lot of work is definitely needed.
It's a big mountain to climb here for Supros, but more than enough time on the clock, like you said. They just need to figure out some way to shut down X13's defensive line here, and they got to get in on these quick cuts. They've got to get rid of these quick passes that X13 have been coming away with, these quick turnarounds in the midfield and the pushes back into their own half, and that's not really working out too great for them here now, but they did get a couple of good shots there, just can't find the back of the net. And there's a great cut there for Shocks. Finally, his teammate gets a little bit of possession here. Shocks is going to pass that back down the middle, a great shot, but the defense there, as always, from X13.
If the defense was not as stellar as it was, this game would be much, much closer. I would say at least 4-2, because X13's defense is just not letting anything in. When something looks like it should go in, it just doesn't. Like right there. Nearly rolls in, and X13 gets the clip on the ball, keeps it out, and keeps Supro with a big old 0 on the scoreboard, and the time is definitely running thin.
I mean, that right there was just unlucky. There was no reason he shouldn't have had that. Another great shot, but the defense just there for X13 as always. And I mean, to be fair, it feels like they've had at least 2 people in their net 99% of the time that a shot's come their way, and maybe an opportunity for a good 50 win here, but X13's defense is either just incredibly lucky or just absolutely peaking tonight.
If it stays like this, we will definitely know, because it could be just peaking, it could be a bit of luck, or who knows. X13 might just be prioritizing defense. Honestly, it's hard to tell until you really watch more than one game, because everybody can have a good game. It takes a very special team to perform at this caliber for an entire night, as they're going to add a 5th goal on, and I think that one will be the definitive dagger.
I mean, one of them has to be, but with a scoreline like this, man, 5-0, not a whole lot of time left on the clock here, only 1 minute and 2 seconds. I mean, if you get a bunch of kickoff goals in a row, sure, but they haven't gotten one. They haven't found the back of the net yet. The defense just absolutely running it, and you see again there, great opportunity, one person back, and he gets a great touch, takes it away from the defense, and the offensive opportunity is just gone immediately once again. It just doesn't seem like X13 is slowing down at all. Yeah, maybe they're taking a little bit more of a defensive route here, but I mean, they're not letting anything by.
Yeah, they are not. They're just starting to double commit now. Just get the ball out of danger, and it's somehow working. It probably shouldn't be, but it is, as Hurst getting a little aggressive in the goal. I mean, why not? 20 seconds to go and you're down 5. You're probably not going to win the game anyway. Get into the head a little bit. Just bump them. Don't let them play their game. It's not going to result in any goals, but if you can just like stop the defense from working and just really throw off their rotation, they might get a little mad, they might get angry, and they might be able to carry that just bad mental in the next game, because this one, it's not going the way that they wanted.
No, most definitely not. I don't think anybody ever wants to be down 0-5 in the first match of a series. Not a great start, but I think now's a real good test to see what their mental's like, how well they're able to overcome a massive loss like that. I mean, you got not a whole lot on the board here. Scoreline's not great, not a ton of points either. But, I mean, plenty of shots, just nothing finding the back of the net.
Yeah, the real difference maker in this team was the defense of X13. The offense of Supro was pretty good. It had a lot of potential. I mean, it had 13 shots. X13, they only had 8. They nearly, kind of a loosely worded nearly, doubled the shots of X13, but they scored 5 less goals. That is due to the defense. I will say if Supro can keep taking these shots and they can keep just throwing haymakers, one of them definitely has to go through. Because if you got a brick wall or a paper wall, if you hit it hard enough, it's going to eventually break. But it has to break before X13 offense breaks, and I don't think they're going to.
No, I don't see X13's offense slowing down anytime soon. It seldom does. The only thing that you can do is up your defense game and hope you can crack their defensive line more than they can crack yours, and that is going to be a tough nut to crack. I mean, we just saw how that worked out for them in that first game, but hopefully they've learned some kind of valuable lesson about how they need to attack this team. Hurt's certainly given it his best shot, but adrift. A nice save, able to end that opportunity. Another quick shot there from Heps, but another great save by X13.
The great wall of Gababy is not stopping here. Gababy gets a save. Adrift gets a save. It is just saves on saves on saves for this X13. And usually I would say, you know, that's probably bad. You probably shouldn't be allowing that many shots. But when you are landing nearly every shot you take, I don't see an issue.
Yeah, I mean, they are landing tons of shots, and it's no wonder that they've ended up making as many of them as they have. But, I mean, so far, we've made it a little bit farther than that first game. Nobody's quite managed to find the back of the net yet, and I will say it does seem like Supro has had a little bit more ball control than they did in that first game. Good job staying on the midline, waiting for those clear attempts to come out. Good fake attempt there by Heps, but couldn't really do anything else with it. And it just feels like they've had a little bit more possession in the offensive half here, too, as well.
Yeah, it definitely has, and that is only going to result in great things for Supro. They can maybe get started with the first goal here, then we might be in for a game 2 going the way of Supro, but I feel they need to score first. After being shut down for the entirety of game 1, they've got to get on the mark early, and more importantly, they have to get on the mark first.
Yeah, they need that first blood. They need that momentum swing. It was not a good place to be in that last matchup, and Yags looking to make short work of this defense. Heps does manage to get a nice clear here. Drift gets a nice touch. Shock's not quite able to stay on it. It does seem like they've had a few good opportunities here to make that first blood strike, but just not finding a way around this defense for anything right now.
2 minutes already ticked off, and we are still at 0, surprisingly. And we're actually going to have the first goal of the game going to Supro as Hups. The 5th shot of the game for Supro finally goes in. It's a long-range shot, and Adrift's just a little too far up.
And, you know, we take those. That's exactly what they need. It doesn't matter if it's a fancy goal. It doesn't matter if there's a bunch of defenders in the way. All that matters is you found the back of the net, you found it first. Now you need to kind of extend your lead here. Like we talked about here in the beginning, they need to kind of do what X13 did to them a little bit. They need to shut them down on the offensive here. They are going to let goals through if X13 manages to take possession, unless X13 just suddenly has a bad game. They don't really let off on offense. The only way you're going to get them is if you can break their defense more.
And they might have another one. Double touch, and it's Heps with their second. 2 goals on 3 shots, and now Supro, they are firing on all cylinders. The defense of X13, not what it was in game 1.
Certainly not. It does seem like maybe they're pushing a little bit too far off. Their aggression on offense might be coming back to bite them a little bit. Both of their goals have come out because of their third man just being too far up and out of the play. and they haven't quite been able to be where they needed to be when the ball came back off a big, strong clear, and it's just happened to find the back of the net both times here so far.
That it has. And you got to think Supbro maybe got a little lucky. But hey, rather be lucky than good any day. And if they can take the chances that they got and keep X13 down, then they have a real shot at taking the games in the future as well. Like, sure, they maybe got bailed with a couple of easier shots. But if they can keep X13 out, then I will take that any day. It'll even this series up, and it'll give you a much better chance over these next few games. Clock's ticking over nearly 4 minutes, in. And X13 has been completely shut down offensively. It has been only 2 shots.
Only 2 shots here so far for X13. They have not had near the opportunities they had in that first game. It's like they're playing a completely different opponent this time around. And they've certainly got the momentum to keep things going. With only a minute left to go, all they need to do is keep X13 out the back of their net. They've got a 1-goal buffer, but they're going to have to work and make sure it doesn't get torn down pretty quickly. If X13 finally finds some kind of little momentum swing here in these last 30 or so seconds, it could mean a quick turnaround.
But we saw X13 strike back, or actually strike first in the series, only 30 seconds in, so we know how quickly they can score. So Supbro's going to have to keep them out for hopefully the entire game. That would be the best case scenario. But they need to take as much clock off the time if they do allow a goal, because X13 can strike really quick. They can strike faster than the speed of sound. So Supbro just needs to stay focused, stay locked in, and it looks like they're doing just that.
Well, with only 5 seconds left to go, I would have to say this is probably it here for this match. X13, after beating Supbros in a 5-0 sweep, are going to lose in a 2-0 sweep here in game number 2.
That's how quickly the momentum can change in Rocket League. Sometimes you are completely just bad. Everything is not working. And then next game, it's starting to flow. You get 3 goals and you somehow take a win over the team that just dominated you 5-0. Definitely, I liked what I saw from Supbro. I liked the defense. I liked the offense. I liked how X13 only had 3 shots on the entire game. If we can see another game like that from Supbro, I think X13 is going to be the one in deep trouble. I think Supbro could just ride this one all the way out.
If Supbro carries that kind of momentum through this game and X13 don't find a way to rein this in a little bit, then I think I'd have to agree on that one as well. X13 is going to be in not a great spot, finding themselves down 1 after such a dominating performance here in game number 1. It's going to be pretty difficult mentally to come to terms with the fact that a team that you absolutely rolled in that first game has just taken you out twice in a row. Not going to be a good spot. Oh, that was a great attempt from Shocks. He just couldn't find the double tap. That would have been a nasty opener for them.
Definitely would have, but not this time. X13 going to stay vigilant. Supbro can't land the double tap. Going to keep on going. Still tied at 0. Good baby. Just attempting to get under, literally, Supbro. And just cause some problems, but no problems seem to be arising for Supbro. They're just keep on pushing. They're fighting back. They don't have a shot yet. X13 does. Defense of Supbro is really doing good, and this is a much more balanced team than what we saw in game 1. The defense for X13 that we saw, non-existent anymore.
Oh, X13 from our first matchup kinda feels like just a bad dream here for Supbros. We haven't seen anything that reminds you really of how that first game went. It's been basically Supbros just kind of running things here. And even on the shot totals there, the only one with a shot right now is Yags for X13. Supbros don't have one either in this game, but they've certainly had a lot more of the offensive pressure so far.
Definitely have. Kurt's going to come up on this ball. No boost in the tank. And X13 going to steal this one away. Or maybe not. Shock's just using a very little boost. Somehow beats both players. keeps this ball under pressure. X13 really struggling on the back line. Shocks almost wins the 50. Yags can't quite push this one through, forces Hertz to make the save, however, off the second shot. But now it's Supro's ball again. Flip reset doesn't connect. Off the back wall. Back to equilibrium at the midline.
Well, in the corner, we've got maybe a little bit of possession here for X13, an opportunity perhaps to take this game back. Hertz with a nice clear, though. Haps is going to miss that touch. Tripp's going to take it up towards his opposite corner, try to pass it to his teammate. Shocks tries to make the most of that opportunity, but can't quite get the touch on the ball that he needs. Haps with a pass over to Shocks. Shocks quick shot, but backward now. Oh, and a missed touch. Oh my goodness. I don't even know what to say happened there. That was such a mess in front of the goal line.
Bar down, double commit, and Shocks nearly completely whiffed. Thankfully, Hertz was there to push that one in. And it's 2 minutes, 49 seconds in. Supro has another lead. And the game one X13 is completely gone. Just like a light bulb just popped. Broken glass everywhere. And Supro is just sweeping it all up.
X13 just, I mean, man, that is an embarrassing way to drop a goal here in this series. A double commit, missed touch in front of your own net, and unfortunately the offensive team just knows exactly where to be. And speaking of where to be, Shocks with a great opportunity on the shot, can't quite get there. A save. Hertz with a follow-up, also saved. And still pressure going the way of Supros with another quick shot, but they are heroes of the crossbar this evening. A lot of their shots just bouncing off it, and there's another one for them.
It's so close to the promised land for Supro, but nothing can go through. The defense of X13 starting to return to form. If they can get the offense flowing again, we might just be able to see a tie ball game, maybe overtime, but the offense needs to cook.
Offense needs to cook for this team indeed, but they don't have the opportunities to do anything. Supros just kind of shutting everything down before it gets too dangerous pretty regularly here. X13 with a nice little pass off into the corner, but Haps is going to be there before anybody on the offensive team. A little mind game action on the side wall. Adrift able to pick that one up as it gets cleared towards the midfield. Now Shocks turning this one back around, but he doesn't have any boost, so Yags gets a free ball, but he doesn't really do much with it.
Half a minute to go now, and it's still Supro in the lead. X13. In the last minute, we've seen them try at the net a couple of times, but nothing's really gotten close. Speaking of trying at the net, Haps just gonna push it on through. The air dribble, nearly uncontested, puts Supro up 2.
That was a very nice, clean little air dribble right over the shoulders of X13 baby. And another one on the board, 2-0, 17 seconds on the clock. You know, I don't like to call things too early, but that might be the nail in the coffin here for X13.
Very possible. If they can't get a goal, and I'd say probably the next 2 seconds, which doesn't look like they will, that will be the end of Game 3 as well. It's going to be Supro taking Game 3 in another 2-0 sweep.
2-0 sweep seem to be the bread and butter of Supros here right now. So far, you know, X13 still have scored more goals, but that was all in one game. They have not been here at all in the last 2 matchups, just whatsoever.
They really have not been. We thought, after seeing what we saw in Game 1, X13 was just going to completely walk away and go into the semifinals, but that's not the case. Supro are back. They are here. They are not going to let X13 get away with just completely stomping them down in Game 1. They took it personal. 2-0. 2-0. But you're right. X13 has still scored more goals. So I guess X13 has that going for them. But if you can't really make anything of it, it's not going to matter. Because unfortunately, it's not a amount of goals that you scored. It's like when you score them, how many games you have. And right now, X13 only has 1. They are down in the series. And I would prefer if they could strike back early, like take this game. I don't think letting Supro get to 3 games first would be the best for them. And they're going to strike first in game number 4. Okay, thanks for taking my advice.
Now they're clearly listening. Yags, nice little solo play there on the delayed flick into the ball with a great shot past the defense. Picks up the first one in 6 seconds off that kickoff. Phenomenal start for X13. Maybe we'll see an awakening here for them.
I feel like we got to. We can't just let Supbro steamroll us game 2 and 3 and then game 4. If you let down 2, there is a big chance for you to just keep on going. Like, you had a couple of bad games. It's fine. It happens to everybody. But if you lose 3 in a row, it'll essentially be the Baker's reverse sweep. And reverse sweeps are so hard on best of 7. Even if you have that one game already under your belt, winning 3 in a row is so difficult.
Winning 3 in a row is difficult, but it's even worse when you can't afford to lose at all. Because if you lose, bye, you're out of here. You don't have a choice anymore, and you do not want to be in that position ever. So, especially as we sit here today in the playoffs. Like, this is where we're going. They can't afford to drop. They've made it through all their matches. They've made it through qualifiers and the regular gameplay and everything. You don't want to drop like that.
Speaking of dropping, the defense of Supbro dropping, double commit, Hertz is too far up and Hertz still going forward. Not the best maneuver, I would say, for Supbro. It's going to result in X13 getting another goal, make that 2-0, and game 1 X13 might just be turning into game 4 X13 because Supbro, they are nearly 2 minutes in and they have less than a combined 75 points.
I mean, so far, it's been a complete reversal of games 2 and 3, and a run back to how this all started when X13 just did not let off the gas whatsoever against Supbros. Looks like we might be seeing a little bit of that here, but I will say it does still seem like Supbros are definitely still more awake than they were in that first matchup.
Oh, definitely. They are still playing better than they did in game 1, but I think the difference is X13 has gotten a lot better than they did in game 2 and 3. Almost like they were caught off guard by the revival of Supbro. But now they've started to get a couple of games under their belt, or they haven't started. They've gotten a couple of games under their belt with Supbro playing really good. And they have found a way to adjust, and it is working really well. I mean, halfway point is near, and they're up 2. Not for long.
Caster Curse, man, strikes again immediately.
Sometimes it's like that. I'm not taking any blame. I'm just denying it.
Understandable reaction. Hey, man, it happens to the best of us. But just like that, Supbro's back within 1, and certainly maybe what could be our closest game here yet, as maybe we'll get a little bit of back and forth on that scoreline with some more goals for both of these guys. Still, overall, does seem like it had been X13's control for the most part, but maybe not after this. Shock's looking for another one, but a great save by Gababy, and not a great shot there by the blue team. Almost a good opportunity with the chaos in front of the net, just not the touch they needed.
Drift. Ooh, big 50 in midair, and it's still just going back and forth. Not up and down, but just side to side along the field. And eventually it is going to be X13 to break that streak. 50 is won by Yags, and that's going to be the reinstitution of the 2-goal lead. 3-1 is the score off of a very nice pass and play. And Supbro falls down to 2-goal deficit with a little under 2 minutes to go.
Supbro find themselves back down in 2 goals, like you said here, but minute 45 on the clock, still plenty of time. They just need to get back on their game of shutting down X13's counter rotations here. They did a great job of it for 2 games in a row, but now it just feels like, I believe you said earlier, X13 have just found a way to adapt to that change in play style. Maybe it was just them getting caught off guard at first, but it does certainly seem like they found the ball in their court again on this one, and they know what they're doing this time.
That they do. Oh, it's a very big whiff by Hertz. It's going to reply with a save. Got some stutters going on in the booth. We're going to hope it doesn't happen anymore. 1 minute to go. And X13 just 60 seconds away from tying this series up.
Not a whole lot of time left before they get that tie. And with only 51 seconds to go, and the Hertz defense in shambles right now. Another demo could be dangerous, but Hertz able to catch that one rather quickly. Maybe go for a nice little solo flick here, beat it over one, goes for the low 50 fake. Doesn't really work out. It does get saved, but a good attempt. Another low 50 there by the net. They're just not getting away with anything, and it's not for a lack of trying.
Really isn't. They've got to score pretty quickly here.
Oh.
Opportunity, Shock's got to be in, and it is.
Ooh.
Supro cuts the lead down to 1. 23 seconds to go, and we might just be in for an overtime. Supro needs one more goal in 23 seconds. Can they do it?
I mean, it's certainly possible. 23 seconds. A good kickoff here could seal the deal. Depends on who picks this ball up first. It's going to be Shocks who's going to take the slow play here, down with the pass over to Hertz, and ooh, Yags able to read that one, somehow get that touch after his flip, and a big booming clear is going to turn the other way. This is going to be the last opportunity here for the blue team, but they can't quite get there. Supro not getting the setup they need. Ball still in the air, maybe something out of this if they can keep the ball up. They do manage to keep it there. Is it going to get knocked down? No, it's still up. It could be an opportunity the other way, though, and a missed touch there is going to mean X13 tie this series up.
Game 6 at least is guaranteed here as X13 wins the closest game of the series, scores 3-2. And Supro was so close to coming back, but it's just not going to happen.
No, it did not happen at all there for Supro. They tried. They got really close. They gave it a good shot, but X13 are going to come away with that one, tie this one back up as we move into this next match. But what can you say? We said at the beginning it was going to end up being pretty close, and even with the 3 games in a row of sweeps, it still remained very close.
That it has. It was 2-1 for Supro, and X13 made short work of that lead. And now we are tied up as we go to game number 5, then 6, and maybe just even 7. I mean, with how we've seen these teams be so quick to change the pace, a game 7 would not surprise me in the slightest, considering Supro got completely blown out in game 1, and they came back by blowing X13 out twice in a row. We could easily see a game 7.
Oh, most definitely. I know you said at the beginning we're probably going to be going to at least a game 6, but at this point, with the way everything's going, I would like to see a game number 7. I think that's the only way that the line of this matchup truly finds its appropriate ending. And a couple of quick opportunities here for X13 trying to make something happen off that kickoff, and they almost do, but it is going to get turned around rather quickly. I'm back into the midfield here. X13 setting up an opportunity maybe, but Hertz is going to be their first pass over to Shocks into the corner, and not quite able to get there fast enough to make something happen, but still a Supro, ball.
X13 got a shot here. It's off the crossbar, not even close to the goal. I don't know why I said crossbar. It was off the back wall. This one has some potential. The redirect nearly there, but Baby just can't quite land ball on Carr. The offense is still suffocating Supro. And Supro needs to clear this ball out of their side, and Adrift just not going to let him.
No one's letting anyone do anything right about now, to be honest with you. We've made it past the first minute of gameplay. Nobody's scored yet. Haven't had too much of that, rather, in this matchup here. Maybe an opportunity now. Heps crossbar up, but it's going to be Yags with the first one on the ball. Send it back the other way just a little bit. Leave time for Adrift to catch that one and go for a 50 on the wall. Dangerous position there for X13, but a great clear from Heps might find the net, but it doesn't. Another crossbar here for these guys. Hertz, however, comes in and cleans it up off the rebound. And just like that, they finally find another first blood. And after what happened with them in that last match with X13, that's probably about the best thing SupBro can hope for.
Gotta agree. After losing a game, it's always best to strike first. If you don't strike first after losing a game, then you're just keeping the momentum going their way. You gotta stop that momentum early, because once the momentum gets going, it's hard to stop. Rocket League is a very momentum-based game, so if one team can win game 1, game 2, game 3, they're probably gonna win that 4th game. And that's why SupBro is so intent on striking at every corner.
SupBro is doing a great job of exactly that. They are capitalizing on every one of those mistakes that X13 makes, and they don't really have a choice either, because let's be honest, X13 usually does not find themselves making a whole lot of them. And if you're going to beat this team, that's exactly what you need to be doing against them.
Take the lucky breaks at every corner you can, because you're not going to get too much of them. X13's a very non-mistake making team. There's not really a better word for it, so I'm just going to go with that. So when there is the rare slip up, you have to take them, you have to make goals off of them, and that's exactly what SupBro have been doing. Mistakes have been rare on the side of X13, but I don't think there's been a mistake that's gone unpunished.
No, it doesn't really feel like there has been whatsoever. They're doing a great job of capitalizing on that, staying on top of these things, and overall just doing a great job of playing their own game of Rocket League here to the best of their ability. Well, X13 has had those couple of moments where they kind of just start running away with things. SupBro have, it seems, been in charge of things a little bit more so, especially recently.
Shock carrying, it's gotta be the save. Hep's just gonna stay on it. Make it a 3-goal lead now for SupBro, and SupBro in the driver's seat and speeding away. X13 simply cannot keep up. And they are down to 2 minutes to try to win this game.
Yeah, I think it looked to me a little bit like Gababy maybe thought they had a little bit more room before the net, tried to flip into it, but they were already so far in the net that even if they did get the flip they wanted, they were not touching that ball and keeping it out of the net, unfortunately. Oh, an opportunity here for shots off of the, missed touch off of the ceiling, doesn't quite work out. Almost still finds the back of the net. Another crossbar here, and Heps is going to pick that one up, getting everybody involved here by SupBro for this 4-goal sweep so far.
Absolutely incredible. Yags actually touches the ball, but it's not enough. Already too deep into the goal, and SupBro is up by 4. Also, give that man a hat trick. Heps with 3 goals on 4 shots. And X13 have been shut down at every corner. You cannot come off of a 4-0 sweep going on the match point. You just can't do that.
Oh, no way.
Baby can't land it, and it's gonna be saved away. That is a mental killer for X13.
Oh, that was it right there, man. But it doesn't matter. Adrift is gonna pick that one up off the pass from Yags. And finally, X13 in the last minute 10 seconds are gonna wake up and find the back of the net. And I mean, could they score 3 more in a minute and 10? Sure. But are they going to? Maybe.
I mean, considering that X13 only has 4 total shots in the 4 minutes of gameplay, I'm leaning towards no. It is definitely possible, but they would need to score very, very quickly. You need 3 goals in a little under a minute, and it's simply not very feasible. It's possible. You'd see it a couple times in your lifetime, but I just don't think this is going to be the time.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't either. I was just trying to be nice. They have not had the opportunities they've needed. They have not had the shots they've needed. And every time it looks like they've got something, somebody shows up and intercepts, or they just don't connect on the pass. X13, it feels like in this series, only one of these teams is allowed to pop off at once. And it's really just a matter of who's going to pick up that momentum first. And then that team just seems to be running away with it every time.
It really does. Very low time. I think SupBro just trying to run it down. And I think X13 doing the same. Just take this into Game 6 with grace. You got rolled, but the series is not over. Sup Bros, the first team to reach match point with a 5th goal as an exclamation point. But the series is not over. X13, you don't really go from losing by 4 to an easy game. So X13 is going to have to play at their peak if they want to stay in this series.
Oh, yeah, no, that is not a good place to find yourself moving into this next matchup, especially because now it's against a Sup Bros offense on match point. And they've been on one. Sure, X13 won the game before this, and they won the first game. But for the length of time that we've been here, it's been Sup Bros, lose one, win, both two sweeps. Drop that one in a very close game against X13. But then you go 5-1 against Sup Bros, and Heps pulls a hat trick +1. So they've got a lot of things going for them going into this next one for sure.
They definitely do. Sup Bro, if this is the game to win, this one is the one. This will move them on to the semifinals where they will play at Nichols College. And this is something that they need. Game 7 is a possibility for X13, but you don't come off of losing down 4 with an easy game. Sup Bro didn't have it easy in Game 2, and I don't think X13 is going to have it easy in Game 6.
I don't think they're going to have it easy at all, but I don't think either of these teams have had it easy at any point in time in this series. The score lines may show something a little bit different here occasionally with the amount of high difference games we've seen. And okay, right off the rip, Sup Bros Heps right back to where he started. Great pass from Shocks and a nice shot just over the defense. There's nothing he can do about it. And the whole team gets involved on that one.
Heps and Hertz connecting early, and by early, I mean early. 6 seconds in, the crack of dawn, and Sup Bro puts X13 on the hot seat.
Now, if this goes the way that we... okay. Well, Heps picks up another one off that. Shocks gets a nice touch up into the air. It goes off of the guy trying to counterattack and just goes all the way to the net where Heps gets to help clean that up. What I was trying to say is if this game goes the way the rest of them have, it does really start to seem like the whoever scores first ends up kind of just running away with things. And as I'm trying to say it, Heps and them start running away with things.
It's been very crazy. Heps has been the goal scorer. Shocks and Hertz, the supporting pillars of the Great Wall of Heps. Or I would say the Great... I don't even know what the emphasis would be on that. Heps has just been a warrior for these last 2 games. And they're getting started before we've even reached the minute mark in Game 6. And that's another save from Heps.
Heps has just been on one offensively, defensively, doesn't matter. He's just been there for his team pretty much the entire time. He's definitely got to be a solid choice, if not the only choice here for MVP for his team. Ooh.
The baby's going to slam one in, however. Sup Bro a little ahead of themselves. X13's got to remind them that they are still here as they cut the lead in half. And this game not over. Despite Heps being a maniac in the first couple minutes, X13 is still a very good team with a very good offense and a very good rally to make this game even.
A phenomenal rally indeed. Great pass from Adrift to beat the defense on the back wall, get it out there for his teammate, and his teammate able to come and clean that one up and tie this game up. Only a minute and a half into this, and this is shaping up to already be the closest and possibly the most action-packed game we've seen here so far.
Scores 2-2 with 3 minutes to go. The action is off the charts, and we aren't even halfway through the game. That's the biggest thing. We're so close. We've already essentially played a full game, but we haven't even played a half of one.
full game worth of goals and less than half a game worth of time. Ain't much more you can ask for here. And a great play there by Shocks to get it almost through both defenders. Not quite. Here's Heps trying to set some up here for his team in front of the net. Waits for it for Hertz. Hertz not quite on target with that one. Heps needs to hurry back rather quickly. Shocks able to get there as well. That could have been a dangerous opportunity, but Supros have been looking pretty solid on defense here for the most part. A couple minor mistakes in the rotation earlier led to this tied situation they found themselves in. But if they can just get back to what they were doing earlier, I think they've still got a solid shot at nailing this one down here before we get to Game 7.
They definitely do. As it's a couple of mistakes, but you still have those 2 goals of buffer. So we're back to an even game. And I feel like the next team that strikes is going to have a massive advantage, whether it be X13 or Supro. Whoever gets this next goal is going to put the other side in a very rough spot. Supro, they have a massive opportunity that is stolen away from X13. The pass and the save, not credited, but that was probably the save of the series right there. As time is ticking, and the closer we get to the end of this game, the more important every move, every pass, every button press is going to be.
Every single little input matters more than the last here right now. And speaking of that, that pre-flip there from Yags, able to just barely get to that ball before it crosses the post. And this might be what you were just talking about. This could be that last second momentum swing here for X13. This might be the opportunity that lets them crawl their way back into the game number 7 and an opportunity to walk away from this, the winner of this series.
X13 to win this means Game 7. For Supro to win this means semifinals. Yags almost in again, nearly the hat trick, but defensively, Supro cannot be matched. That is a savior medal for Haps, the MVP of Supro throughout the entire series. Keeps this game within arm's reach, and Supro has 1 minute to score.
Win or lose, I do think Haps has earned his place as the MVP of this series. I can't think of anyone else that has been more important to their team on either side here so far. But with only 40 seconds to go, Shocks is going to have to make something happen for his team. He doesn't have a whole lot of boost. The pass over to Haps, but Haps with the shot, the save again by X13, another one. The ball's still in the orange half here, into the corner. God, Supro need to make something happen here, but X13 is just stopping everything.
You have got to be kidding me! X13, Game 1 defense back in order. And Supro down to 10 ticks of the clock. They've got to go to save the chance of Champions Field. They need to score here. It's up, it's still up, it's back towards the blue net. It's going to touch the ground. And X13 is going to force Game 7. 3-2 final score in Game 6.
Man, game number 7, here we come. And honestly, could you have asked for a better series of matches here so far? I mean, on one hand, you've got one team sweep, another team sweep, another team sweep, another team sweep, and then finally you get to game number 6, where it really is all bets are off. You either win this or it's over. And X13 come back, and Sup Bros still hang on very well, but X13 just able to squeak that one out with their last chance, really.
After all of the trial and error, X13 have won Game 6 and they force Game 7. This is what it's all about. They are just 3 series away from winning the Spate Split Open number 1. This is where it all comes down. They need to win 1 game for the semis, and they're going to keep going. The loser's out. The winner keeps on going. And this is going to be the end-all, be-all for the quarterfinals. The winner faces Nichols College. Game 7, Champions Field. Here we come.
7 champions field. You couldn't have asked for a better way to finish this matchup. These teams have been so close for so long overall in this series. Even if the games were really far apart, the overall series has been incredibly close, and these teams really do deserve to have that final showdown here on Champions Field. Both teams looking to find that early attack here. Now it's going to be an opportunity for Supros to set something up here. You're looking for the bump, but Yags. Wow. See, now it's my turn to stutter. Thanks, bud.
Yeah, no problem. And I would make the argument that both of these teams deserve to go on to the semifinals. It's so hard to pick a winner here. Supros won 3. X3's won 3. They both won games decisively. They both won games close. Both of these teams deserve it so much, but only one of them can go.
Only one of them gets that chance to move on, and I do agree with you, man. Both these teams really do deserve it, but it doesn't really matter how much you deserve it. Only one person is going to be able to walk away with it, and I think it's just going to come back down to capitalizing on these mistakes for Supros. If they can capitalize on X13's few and far between mistakes, they've got a solid chance. But if X13 play like they just finished up that last matchup, I don't know if they have a shot, because like you said earlier, the game 1 defense from X13 was back in full force, and so far it does seem like they're doing a pretty good job. Shox with a nice shot, but could maybe able to get there first. Hurts now in the corner trying to make that pass out, gets a pass 1 over to Shox. It's still in the midfield. Hurts the ball in front of the net, but nobody's there to help him out, and that's going to be another save walked away for X13.
Shot after shot after shot, and make that 3 saves on the game already for X13. Still 0-0. X13 only had 1 shot on the board now. And there's another save from X13. Defense is on fire. They have been rejuvenated, but the offense has been non-existent so far in Game 7.
Man, I'll tell you what, this is a very hype matchup here already. I mean, 2 minutes, 30 seconds already passed. We're halfway through this game. No one's found the back of the net. We've had opportunity after opportunity. We've had plenty of shots. X13 have only had 1. Supros sitting at 5, but X13 on their second shot from Yags are going to find the back of the net and strike first.
Gababy adrift, and then to Yags for the nail in the coffin. Nearly 3 minutes in, we finally have our first goal, and it belongs to X13. And sure, Supro has 5 goals, but X13 only needs 2. The efficiency for X13 is what's really mattering.
The efficiency from X13 is insane, but efficiency from Hurts as well. We haven't seen him in a little while. He shows up and finds the back of the net for Supros, and this is back to being a tied game in only a matter of like 20 seconds.
It immediately gets re-put. 1-1 now. Supro, anything you can do, I can do better. That has been the story of the game so far. And speaking of anything you can do, 50s on 50s right in front of the orange net, but it doesn't quite go through. Heps can't quite land that shot. They have 3, but only 1 goal, and that was scored by Hurts. And now 90 seconds to go. The ball is still dangerous right in front of the orange net, but X13's defense is still stronger.
The defense does certainly seem to be stronger here so far. They've got more saves, but they've also had more shots they've had to save, to be fair. So, I don't want to count them out here just yet. Shox with a nice attempt at the redirect down towards the net. Not quite able to get there. Hurts with a follow-up shot. Saved off that early jump there by a drift. X able to cut it off. Stopped now by X13 into the blue corner. Out in front of the net. That could have been a dangerous one. Almost finds the net, but it's across wide.
You've got to be kidding me. So close, but it's not in yet. Defense.
No! No!
You've got to be kidding me. With 51 seconds to go, it's an own goal. Hurts and then a drift with an own goal. And X13 have gone down Champions Field dreams hanging in the balance.
X13, not like this, and off the kickoff is Hurt's going to pick up another Noah Drift, able to save that one, but that might be too little too late. Only 42 seconds ago. X13's offense needs to come back and come back hard. This is their last opportunity to make something happen here. We've seen them score in the last 30 before. It's certainly possible, but they're going to have to work a miracle here at this point. That was not the way to go down here, folks.
It's gotta be, but it's not going to. Hep scores, and X13 go down 23 seconds to go, and a miracle is needed. Heps, the MVP of the series, strikes again, and they might have just struck last.
Oh, this could be an opportunity here for a drift. Another bump opportunity there towards Shocks, but the shot's so weak it doesn't matter. The defense there again, and they're trying again, but Hurts with another one. 12 seconds to go in chat. Upset about this one, as I'm sure anyone would be. That is just the worst way to hand over the momentum, and you can tell it's had an effect on the mental here a little bit. And just like that, Sup Bros win game number 7. Wow.
Game 7 goes to Sup Bro. 3-1 final score. And if this is your first time at the Spate Esports, welcome to Spate. Game 7 in the first series of the day, and we're only going to get better from here. Sup Bro going to go to the semifinals. They will face Nichols College. And as soon as we can get everything ready, we're going to go to Lotus Gaming versus Throwback. But I think we're going to have an interview first. I mean, I need a second to take some water and actually think for a sec, because my mind has been scrambled by 7 games of greatness.
Yeah, no, that was a phenomenal series. Back and forth it went, and I just cannot believe the way it ends. These games were so close. That Game 7 was so close. Took so long to get a goal. We get a goal finally for X13. An immediate answer back within 20 seconds for Sup Bros. And then they go back into this stalemate, back and forth, tied, just back and forth, missed opportunities, and just nobody finding anything. And then off the save attempt for a drift, it takes a bad bounce off his hood and just sails right to the top corner of his own net. And there's nothing they could do about it. That is just not the way you want to see things end, especially in a Game 7 for a series that's that tight.
Yeah, it's an own goal that started the demise of X13, and it ended with the one and only Heps slamming the dunk and sending X13 home. 4-3's final series score. And speaking of Heps, the undisputed MVP of the series, we're going to get them in for an interview in just a few moments. So if you want to hear what the MVP has to say, make sure you stick around, because we're only going to be a few seconds. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone, to the Spate Esports Twitch channel. We have Mr. MVP in the chat. Heps, you just came off of an amazing series. Goes all the way to Game 7. But after fighting tooth and nail, you have won, and your team's going to keep fighting through to the semis.
Yep, we are about to play K-Frost, Pyros, and Polar. They're going to be really tough. Played them yesterday. They were really, really good. But looking forward to it.
All right, I do have a question. So the series started off in a very heart-wrenching, kind of worrying way, losing 5-0. What was on your team's mind coming off of the 5-0 stomp?
Honestly, I think all three of us were asleep at when the tournament was about to start. I think we thought it was going to start an hour later. So we were just not in the right headspace. I don't know. But after the first game, we just knew we had to lock in, and we did.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
Well, I mean, overall, it was a fantastic match. It was very close, especially going into that game number 7. It took you guys a while to find both teams. It took you guys a while to find your footing. X13 gets the first one. You guys get the next one. And, well, then it went a little sideways there with that own goal. I don't really think that's probably not how you thought this was going to go.
Yeah, definitely not, but I'm happy that happened.
Well,
it was a pretty interesting way.
Yeah, you guys did manage to come back, get another one too at the end, and really shut it down. What do you think was your big thing here going into this match? Because you kind of seemed like you were running things for a lot of that. For your team, always there on offense, always there on defense, just really up in arms about it. How did you go from being kind of slow and quiet, like you said in that first match, because you guys were a little asleep, to just absolutely popping off on both sides?
I just started pretty much just ball chasing. I thought that, realistically, I thought that each of us individually we were just better completely than the other team, but that's pretty much how I looked at it. I know that as a team they're really good, they're really scary, but individually I feel like we're all not much better, but we're all better.
Fair enough.
So I just play faster.
And you do have at least one more, hopefully two. I know that you're all confident going in. You're going to win everything you play. You're going up against Nichols College here in just a few moments. What do you think you need to do to win this next game?
I think that we just have to play really aggressive against them. They're really, really good at controlling the play, and we got them to game 5 yesterday, but we were not playing up to par at all. But if we play our game, then we should be completely fine.
All right. Raj, you got anything you would like to add?
I think I'm good, honestly. I like his answers to things. I really like the confidence going into this, and I think they're going to do really well in their next match.
All right, Heps, thank you for joining us. Is there anything you'd like to say to everyone in chat before we head to a break?
What's up, bro? That's it.
Perfect answer. Yeah, thank you so much, Heps, and everyone in chat. Thank you all for tuning in to the first series of the day. We have another one in just a moment, so don't go anywhere. It's going to be Lotus Gaming versus Throwback, brought to you by Melakim and Akuma. So make sure you stay tuned for that. We'll be right back.
Oh man, you need some headphones, bro.
You know I said just.
you need some headphones, bro.
You know I said just. You know I said just. You know I said just. You know I said just.
Oh, man, you need some headphones, bro.
You know I said just. You know I said just.
Flashing lights dance with fire in the night. I'm wired. Watch the time pass us by. Is this feeling lying? Could you pass the lighter? Yeah, I'm trying to keep my cool. Nicotine in my veins, flaming up desires. What am I supposed to do? Cause it feels so good. Feeling wild like a zoo. Put me in a mood. Put me in a mood. Maybe I should've known that it ain't real. How'd you know how to get into my feelings? You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Maybe I should've known that it ain't real. How'd you know how to get into my feelings? You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Yeah. Moving through all my feels, you're blurring out my vision. Watching your every smile like your television. In your eyes I see myself, I'm falling. Make it make sense, it must be the temptation speaking. What am I supposed to do? Cause it feels so good. Feeling wild like a zoo. Put me in a mood. Put me in a mood. Maybe I should've known that it ain't real. How'd you know how to get into my feelings? You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Maybe I should've known that it ain't real. How'd you know how to get into my feelings? You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Maybe I should've known that it ain't real. I should know how to get into my feelings. You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution. Hopeless solution.
Don't play with my heart. Just let me go. Please let me go. You like to love so hard and then you throw it away. You like to open skies and then you blame it on me. You're someone I can never be with. You joke about my flaws and weaknesses. What you love so hard and then just throw it away. You opened up my heart and just to close it on me. Don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on me. So don't you blame it on me. You never knew how bad it was. Guess you never really cared because you said your parents never gave you hugs. And as a child you were never loved. You made me love so hard, but then you threw it away. You like to open skies and then you blame it on me. You're someone I can never be with. You joke about my flaws and weaknesses. What you love so hard and then just throw it away. You opened up my heart and just to close it on me. Don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on me.
And hello everyone, welcome back to the Spate Championship Semifinals, Regional number 1 here. I'm your host Akuma. Fantastic night we're having, and I'm joined by my co-caster Melikim. How are you feeling today?
Oh, I'm electric today. Oh, you don't even want to know. Today's been a great day for me. We'll see how good of a day this is going to be for the players. Throwback coming off an astonishing upset for 2ing Spate Esports, but Lotus is going to look to try to run them through after coming off of a 4-1 victory against Allmex, who have announced that they're going to be disbanding after this tournament. Lotus gonna have a little bit of work cut out for them going against Throwback, but they are going to be the favorites going into this one as they hope to take a routine win.
I'm like, Lotus, to be honest, you know, we've seen them all, so we saw them all last season. We're seeing them return to form this season. You know, they are the reigning winners. That's gonna go in. Scythe, unfortunate, puts it in the net. Yeah, kind of a weird challenge. Bob doesn't get the best touch, Pigeon's not back, and Scythe can put that away. There's no one home in net, and you know, like I said, we're gonna be talking about some of these players. Scythe did bring Lotus almost to a defeat last season, and you know, it was stopped at the hand of a reverse sweep, but overall Cat also being on the Lotus squad originally before Bub's last event or last season as well, so there has been a lot of history in this roster, and Pigeon, the number 1 player from last season as well, you know, is looking to take back that seat as number 1 player overall this season, as he's looking to start off strong here, but so far nothing is coming out for Lotus Gaming, and it's all Throwback here. Thule and Scythe on the board now, less than a minute in.
Oh, that's a beautiful play, Scythe. Getting it, Thule gets an absolute astonishing flick. Just bangs it to the other side of the pitch. And Throwback, they're in an awkward position here again. They're kind of in like this way where they're the big underdogs going into this one. But of course, I was talking to Coach Scully yesterday, the mainstream broadcast, and he was kind of saying he does not. I think he said he doesn't think there's a team in the league that's going to have a clean chance of taking down Lotus. So the teams around the league, y'all might want to hear that and try to prove him wrong. But Lotus, they want to do what they've been doing for a long while, and that's just take down team after team after team and take care of business.
I mean, like, there is one team that, you know, a lot of people think Lotus can be beaten by. That is Nickel College, which K-Frost, Pyros, and Polar, all three very talented, very talented players. But, you know, when you have Pigeon on your team, you know, there's so much talent in this roster. You know, he's so young. And overall, there's so many teams that Lotus just has taken down. You know, they beat Allmax yesterday, and they beat them today, and it really wasn't close. I ended up, you know, they lost game 1 5-0, and then it just, you know, they turned things around, and really it worked out. But here it comes. Cat looks for the fake on 2, can't find it. Does not go the way he wants, though. Can't find the back of the net. Gad gets 2 back-to-back saves. Has to work for it. Spate has some pressure on the ball. He's gonna try and go for it again. Now over to Pigeon. Pigeon, some time to work with here. It does not go as far as you want. Bubs, maybe an open net to work with. Sides has to get back to it. Gad, almost a free shot. Gad, longer direct down the field. Gad can touch it out. Pigeon, some time to work with, but it is challenged early by Tuli. Tuli just hunting down Bubs for a demo. Bubs is really awkward. Sides, low time to work now. Pigeon, over to Gad. Tuli has to win the challenge. No one's there. And so far, a lot of pressure has come off the Lotus side, and they just swatted the ball away. They have to get something to break out of their half, or they're going to lose game number 1.
Going back to what you said earlier about the talent being on this team, especially Pigeon, I came into a VC with him earlier today, and I'm like, okay, Pigeon, how do you guys do it? You just went 3-0 in Swiss. And he's like, I know, but I played so bad yesterday. I'm like, you just went 3-0 against Swiss. You just swept Spate Esports at your last game. He's like, I know. He's so humble. This team's mental is one that you don't exactly expect to get broken. This team's got a friendship. They've been together. They know each other. They know how to play with each other. And so does this roster. Totally finds Cats and makes it a 3-goal game. And
I do want to mention, you know, Pigeon, all of Lotus beating Spate, you know, that's just routine. You know, it's 3-0, it's routine, it happens, but, you know, we also want to talk about where at the start of the season, you know, yesterday especially, or even like today against Allmax, was very unfortunate, and at this point, game 1 is basically done and over, and it looks like to be the same story for Lotus last series, where they ended up losing 5-0 in game 1, and they turned the series around. They calmed down. You know, it is a warm-up game for both teams. Both teams are feeling each other out. And Throwback does have a lot of mechanics, but so does Lotus. We have to see how both these teams do develop. You know, maybe Lotus does get a goal here to try and knock off some of the pressure that they have on them, but there is all eyes heading into both these teams. You know, will Throwback be able to upset Lotus, or will Lotus be able to continue their legacy and make another grand final? They've made, I don't think they haven't missed a grand final since, you know, regional or spring regional 1 of last season. You know, it's been a long time since they've missed a grand final. And even then, like, even before that, they were making almost every grand final. It was really working out. But, you know, now they have to uphold their legacy. There's all eyes on them. And they might lose here, you know. Throwback is a strong team. They took down Spate to make top 4 here. And so far, it really hasn't been working out for Lotus. Nothing's been clicking.
I don't really think you need to worry about game 1 jitters, but I think you're exactly right when it comes to the pressure of the situation. I feel like Throwback, they know. I was in their comms all of last series. They don't have any pressure on them. They're fine. They don't exactly really matter. They don't really care about the result of the series. They just want to go in and just play. Kind of like Serena Williams, what she said in this U.S. Open on her last U.S. Open tournament, her last tournament of her career. She's like, I feel like I got the X off my back. I don't have any pressure anymore. I know I'm done after this. That's the exact same situation with Throwback. They're not planning anything long term. They know that they're kind of done after this. They don't have any pressure on them. Throwback, they don't have any pressure. On the other side, Lotus, they're trying to go right back to the grand final. They've got people saying, wait, if they lose this, that is crazy, and especially to throwback. You can't really worry about game one. But Throwback and Lotus Gaming, two extremely great teams. Throwback take game number one in what they hope to be a potential for the start of an upset.
And, you know, we look at some of these teams here. Pigeon does leave with a car change, but, you know, Lotus had good defense as well. They just really need to break out into offense and make sure everything goes right for them. You know, Throwback had a lot of offensive pressure. 12 shots coming out from all of Throwback here in game number one, but it was 4 goals. 33% shot ratio onto Lotus's, I think, 7 saves. Check the stat board again. But overall, Throwback has been super aggressive, and if Lotus can break that super aggression and catch them out with a counterattack, I think they'll win this.
I'm not really worried right now if I'm Lotus Gaming. Game one, this type of stuff happens everywhere. No matter what rank, in the RLCS it happens the most. Game one is usually some type of random blowout. The team gets caught out. Oh, wait. Oh, we forgot we're playing this team. Now we have to adjust our playstyle to fit what we're going up against. That's a big double commit. Cats trying to get it back to Thule. Bubs cuts off the pass. Sight has to get the ball right back out. And Gad's going to try and continue possession here for Lotus.
And this is what I mean, you know, we saw an early double commit there coming out from Throwback. A little bit of an issue that might play them later on in the series. Gad hunting for some bumps. Pigeon looks to bring it around one player. Now over to Bubs, who also looks to try and set up a teammate on his own. It doesn't go anywhere though. Scythe wants to try and set up Cat. Cat's waiting on the backboard. Bubs is there to meet him. Now over to Pigeon, gets a good 50. It goes over to Bub, who has full boost to work with. Bubs looks to get one player beat out. Cat instant challenge, early challenge, Scythe. Everyone's there. That's a triple commit. If one player goes, they all meet. They all got beat. Cat can get back to it, and it is saved away by him. Now Cat has to win this challenge, has to beat Bubs to try and save it away. He manages to do that safely into their corner, but Bubs on the ball, continuing to be a menace here. Thule is able to clear it away. Gad wins 150. Cat, a little bit awkward, does get a double. Scythe does manage to go as well. Bubs, one player to beat. Now Scythe, a little bit awkward on offense. Pigeon, a little bit of an unfortunate miss. Now Scythe, down the other end, over to Gad, though, who does manage to grab the boost. Bubs, full control, does get demoed. Now, Gad and Bubs together have some time, and so far the ball has gone back and forth. No one's really had a good chance at the net there. Truly does put one on net. Now Scythe, Bubs does miss. Gad tries to find Pigeon. 2 players go. Cat has to win this challenge before Bubs. He does not manage to. And like we were saying before, it's been back and forth. Bubs almost can open up the bump and find a lane. That's a huge unfortunate team bump. Pigeon flicks out over one, gets the second touch over to Gad, who can find it. Bubs has to make sure that he is not careful, that he's careful and does not want to go for that. But so far, it's been back and forth between these two teams in game number 2.
When you go on the Throwback side, you have to watch out. You have to look on the other side. You have to watch out for Pigeon and Bubs for Lotus Gaming. I talked to Pigeon today. He's like, if it's not me peeking, it's always Bubs peeking. And Gad's always going to be the facilitator. He's going to be the one controlling the pace of play, bringing us together. Here comes the team captain now. Brings it right back to the opposite corner. And that's been the story of Throwback. They've been able to cut off the passes. Cat right back down. Truly's going to take his time. Kind of overcommits there. I don't think he really needed to go. He could have taken his time. Gad forces Scythe. Oh, it's not in yet. Somehow Thule clears it out. And Lotus Gaming are going to try to find a way in. Throwback cleared out only for the moment. And we'll see if Lotus can get right back on offense.
And that's kind of getting away with a robbery at that point. I thought that was in, but you know, the pressure, oh my god, what a bump! Cat can get back to it. He truly does leave the boost. That is smart to leave it for a teammate. Cat, you know, who is very mechanical, does manage to leave it. Now Bubs, up in the air, gets it off of, you know, that's not the best 50 from side pitching, can't control it. Over to a teammate. Cat has one touch on the ball, can he control it? He can't finish the touch. Side manages to lose a challenge. Now Pigeon, who can receive it, that's gonna go out. Side can save it away. And Lotus, the pressure is keep on coming. Scythe, pass out to Cat. Easy extension out, but Gad is there to meet the challenge. 0 boost, though. That's such a good challenge. Scythe is awkward here. Pigeon looks to demo one player. Thule can receive it. Goes over to Cat, who gets beat out. Now it's saved away by Bubs. Once again, back and forth. But Lotus is starting to knock and crack on the door. They want this first goal. They don't want to see, you know, themselves going down 0-2 here. Pigeon, solo play opportunity. Tries to beat out one player. Scythe wins the challenge. That's an awful touch out. Does go down to no one though. It's in their Lotus corner. Thule, full time to work with. Beats out one player. Pigeon's left back. Cat looks for a bump. He opts to go for the bump other than the ball. Gad has a lot of boost to work with. With less than a minute left. Lotus, where are you at? Where are the offensive changes? It's open! Get back to it!
The defense is there for Lotus Gaming. Both teams exchanging offense, and they just can't be stopped. But again, you have to be able to break the brick wall of Lotus Gaming's defense. Throwback in the most impossible situation. They want to complete what they think is the impossible. You have to get past Pigeon. It's not going to be there. Gad has to flip over to the other side. They want to keep this one up. Thule keeps it going. Bubs, that's exactly the touch he wanted. Right back to him on target. Cat forced to make a big save. Gad keeps it close. Put the ball on the ground. That's exactly what they want to do. And Throwback is going to bring this somehow, some way, Akuma, to overtime.
You know, you look at some of the shot counts coming out from Lotus here. They've had so much pressure this game. Here's another one. That's almost a bump connection from Bob's. Pigeon on the offensive half, though. He's so dangerous. He had the 0 boost to work with, though. And now it comes to Cat, who does manage to miss the ball. Gad did want that. He fakes out a challenge. Has to get this look over one. Scythe has to race back for Gad on the 50. Can't control this ball. One player gets beat. Pigeon is... Pigeon. It's fine to work with, though. No. Gad. Over to Pigeon. Pigeon can't bring it back. Over to Gad. Can't find it. Now Pigeon once again on the offensive third. Looks to go off the ceiling. Scythe can clear this away. It goes only as far as Bubs though, who does manage to win this ball. Cat has to win this. Now Gad can safely clear it away over to Bubs. Bubs had so much time. He's such a threat though. All 3 players from Lotus have extended a lot over where they should be. Pigeon gets a one good touch out. Good control over to Gad. Gad. Good first touch. Can't control it off the backboard. Well, has a free shot. It does not go the way he wants. Not enough power on it. Now, Gad has to win the challenge. Thule. Bubs gets a good demo. Pigeon can come in and control it here. Good double off the corner. Cat, that's not the best touch. Bubs has an open net. Can he double it? Oh my word. Here, Lotus. We're tied up 1-1.
Bubs doing the dirty work and sends Throwback to the graveyard. Boy, we have got a series on our hands. Lotus Gaming, once again, extend. They said game 1 was just a fluke. Y'all don't need to worry about me. That is an absolute masterclass in game number 2 from Lotus Gaming. Throwback, they did all they could, but it was like BDS against Vatira in game 3 in the first series, the first day of the EU first split last week. You could only stop him for so long before he comes out and absolutely peaks. That is exact same situation with Lotus Gaming. Bubs steps up and says, "This is my time."
And you know, you look at some of the shots, you know, Throwback had 7 shots. Lotus Gaming had 13. They nearly had double the shots in game number 2 here. And there's so much offense that came out. And honestly, you know, it's been a lot of work. Lotus, they have it. They have it in them. Now, Throwback, where are you at here? You got a lot of work to go through. And at this point, Throwback, you know, they looked a little bit scared. The double commits were coming out. We didn't really see that much in game 1. You know, it was the first game. Teams were probably feeling each other out. But if Lotus can make sure to capitalize on that, and once again, you know, that's the big thing that I was talking about earlier. If the double commits keep coming, Lotus is just going to capitalize on those opportunities. I think everyone in the lobby has now changed cars besides Bubs and Gad. You know, you see 4 players change cars. Bubs with the shot on net early on. And so far, it's back to the double commits for Throwback. They just keep having the same issue. If you're going to keep double committing, you're going to get scored on here. The mechanics can only do so much if you're on the side of Throwback.
Uh-oh, here comes Bubs in the air, wanting the dunk. He gets it, checking it on target. And back to the double commit. Oh, wait, that could be on target. Pigeon gets back to the ball. Scythe is staying like a brick wall and denies him again. But throwback, just like the double commits, just like last series, they did that all of last series. They've been doing this in scrims, they've been doing this in show matches. It's just not going to be fixed, and I think that's one of the issues. But here comes Cat off the backboard, free backboard. Oh, he missed it. Here comes Dooley trying to make it open. The hard angle not going to go in his favor, and he's got to run back, forces Cat to make a big mistake. Pigeon rams into Cat, and now Bugs open backboard. He's got Cat in the middle of the field. He's going to try to use him. It's not going to be there for him. A little bit too far. Pigeon strikes the post, and it's going to be right back into the half of Lotus game.
Oh, it must be. You know, I looked earlier, like 4.5, like just at the start of the game, and Gad, there was a back pass from Gad that really allowed his team to open up the pressure here. Pigeon changing his car again. You know, what can he do? Every time he changes the car, it seems every time Pigeon changes the car, it seems like he gets better and better. Gad has some time on the ball. Gad, great save. Pigeon getting harassed though. Thule does not get the Thule. I think he was looking for a demo here. Does manage to turn off it though. Now Bubs, some time to work with. Thule does manage to miss the ball. The net's open. The double commit strike again and almost gets capitalized on here. And Cat, full boost to work with. Has a reset. Doesn't do manage. Thule does breach him. That's another huge double commit. Side misses the ball. And Cat, Bubs also misses the net. That's a crazy pass from Tubbs. Oh my god. The team play is incredible. It's automatic off the wall, off the side wall. You can't stop them.
That is amazing execution from Lotus Gaming. They decided not to get the full send off the big pinch going to the other side of the pitch. They set all of that sequence up. Throwback Gaming left in the gutter. And now Lotus Gaming, they want to strike Bubs. He's got the ball. He's got the boost. Pigeon, he's keeping it close. Gad, look what they're doing. They're just trying to play keep away. And Throwback are forced to give away possession. Cat has to just give it away. Bubs has an angle on net. It's not going to be there. The follow by Gad is not going to be good. Scythe staying in front of the goal. The follow-up isn't good. Gad has to turn. Scythe has to get a touch. And now Cat has to rush in and bail his team out.
And there's 2 shots from Throwback. Lotus has 8. Like, they've just had incredible pressure in game 3 here. Now it's a 2v1 Bubs, unfazed by a Cat. You know, we're talking about a lot of double commits. That's what I think, you know, Throwback's issue is. If they stop the double commits, they will manage to be able to win game. They can put series away. They did do it in game 1. Gad can put it away. That's 10 shots. Incredible, 10-2. It's been an absolute blowout from Lotus in game number 3 here, and it's only 2-0. It just shows how much pressure they have, and they're the better team heading into this tourney. They're the better team heading into this game, and overall, it's been incredible from the way they've looked this weekend.
Yeah, they look absolutely phenomenal. That beautiful pass to Pigeon! Pigeon! Pigeon puts Throwback on notice!
What? A lot of shot out. What can you ask more from? You can't ask more for a teammate. Perfect placement, perfect execution. Pigeon's back on top, and he's having a tournament.
Nice. Oh, he missed it. Oh, you can't have that if you're throwing back, knock Gad down. Trying to make it happen, but Pigeon, he's really had himself this game number 2. But it's day number 2, Pigeon again, unchallenged. Nobody puts a hand up, as teammates would say. Hand down, man down. Pigeon makes it 4-0.
At this point, you know, I mean, like, once again, we look at some of the shots. 12-2. The shot ratio wides. The shot gap. You know, excuse me, I'm getting my words mixed up, but that's because of how well they've been playing. But, you know, the shot gap is now more and more widened. That's number 13 for Lotus. You know, they had the same amount of shots that they did in overtime last game, and we're still in regulation here with 4 goals.
Oh damn! What a pass! Cats is gonna try to get there, but Bubs, he clears it out. Scythe completely misreads the ball. That's gonna put Throwback in a very awkward position, and that's exactly what's been happening. They've been getting caught out a lot. They've been trying to play too fast for themselves. They've been trying to play up to Lotus Gaming, and they've been getting caught out. They've been Gad has got an open backboard to a nice read, but again, look at them. They've been trying to kind of play up. They're playing too fast. And Bubs, he wanted the clip. He didn't get it at that point, but it's still really good for them. It's still going to be in their favor. Throwback not having the best game number 3, 2 games in a row, and going into game number 4, Lotus Gaming have all the momentum and stuff.
You know, this is what happened to Lotus in game 1. They lost 4-0, but you know, the shot total, it's 14-2. It just keeps on getting bigger and bigger. The pressure. Lotus isn't, you know, you think after 3 goals and they're down, you know, with a minute left, you think they'd slow down, but no, the offense from Lotus,
they don't
know. They don't want to slow down. They want to shut this out. 4-0, 5-0, you know, 4-1.
One more.
At this point, one more for the reset. Can't find it. Looks to try and bump out 2. Gad wants to try and send this to the floor. And incredible game from Lotus. What a turnaround from game number 2. And what a turnaround in the series as they head up 2-1 with 15 shots.
Here come the league favorites in Lotus Gaming, looking all electric in game number 3. Throwback couldn't do anything to stop it. They got caught out, they got 50'd out, they got bodied out of the weight room. That is exactly what they wanted to do to Throwback Lotus Gaming. Scythe going in, probably switching a car or something. Probably in the Octane. I haven't seen him in Octane in a while. That's going to be interesting to see. Throwback and look to try to find a way back in this series. Lotus Gaming, the favorites in the entire league. Say, wait a second. Everybody knows they're going to beat Throwback. That's what Lotus Gaming wants. That's what they know. And they're going to try to manifest it in game number 4.
And no timeouts have been called yet. We are, you know, teams are accustomed to 1 timeout in best of 7 throughout, you know, this 2-day format. But overall, if, you know, Throwback don't take a timeout, you know, things could get a little bit dire and harsh if Lotus does go up the next game. There is still time to bring this back. It is only 2-1. The series hasn't gotten completely out of hand yet. But so far, if Lotus keeps playing the way they do, then at this point, I don't know. I feel like the series has already gotten out of hand. You know, you have to find a way to shut down Lotus. The double commits. Pigeon looks to go for the ball. And Pigeon's going to find it. Incredible 2v1. Thule, see you later.
1, 2, toodaloo! Pigeon steps up and smacks the defender out of the way. Lotus Gaming, they've got the momentum, they've got the goal, and they're potentially trying to get the series.
Double reset, what's the gap?
Ooh! They had it, you know. But Pigeon once again! That's nice. Tula's gonna try to get this ball out. Pigeon again. The demos are playing aggressively. They're trying. They know what they want. They're hunting. They're forcing Throwback awkward on defense. They're forcing them to overcommit. They strike. Just like Coach Scully said yesterday, you attack when your opposition thinks they've got offense. That's when you strike. You catch them off guard and you do what they think should not be done. Pigeon off the backboard, no follow-up. Now it's there by Gad, a little bit late off the backboard. And again, is going to bounce right back down off of Bubs. Trying to abuse the backboard. No boost for Throwback. Pigeon won't be denied by Scythe. Only for Gad to go in the air. Going to try to put this one right back into the middle of the pitch. Maybe he gets pinched all the way back out. And Bubs is going to try to make it work.
There was a mid-boost grab from, that's one shot on that. There was a mid-boost grab. Pigeon leaves the ball.
Oh.
And like I was saying, you know, there was a mid-boost grab earlier.
Oh,
That's an incredible miss. Pigeon is able to get back just in time. And that's a good clear out. Now the shot score is a little bit more even out. 3-2 in this game.
Oh!
And Lotus has calmed down a little bit. Pigeon has to get back to this. Science gonna dunk him all the way in. And just like that, Throwback are able to bounce back. This time the double commits do haunt Lotus a little bit more. Scythe angled his car perfectly. And game number 4 here, a lot closer a lot closer than game number 2 and game number 3 here. But so far, it is still all of Lotus. Lotus has a lot of pressure. Scythe looks to try and set something up. Flips out over 1, flips beautifully under 2. No one can find a cat. Puts it away. Incredible team play. But, you know, this is still very risky from Cat. Bad behavior. You know, Scythe and Thule both committing on that. You know, if Cat does miss that ball, it is most likely an open net. No one's going to get back to it as they're all in Lotus's corner, but it does work out.
It somehow does. They pushed, they committed, and it paid off. That was a great play, getting all 3 players involved, trying to disrupt the back line. But of course, you're probably not going to score like that every time. I don't think that's going to be anywhere close to a consistent scoring way. Throwback have to find something to work against this Lotus Gaming team because, unusual, they are looking undisturbed, undisrupted, and 2 goals in their favor. It's not going to be too much out. But of course, we'll see what happens as it bounces right back down. Bubs, oh my god, look at this. Look at this, he's got time. He's got control, he just couldn't get it. I think that's the time you gotta kind of just press shift in the car just to get a correct landing. Couldn't do exactly that, and now Throwback is gonna be right back on offense.
Oh, that's a huge miss from Cat. Bubs looks to try and force out. He had no boost here. Doesn't leave it for Pigeon though. That is very smart from Pigeon. You know, to know that boost in, you know, to know that Bubs in comms says I have zero, you can go. You know, that's probably what something was said along those lines. As Pigeon did manage to go for the Bubs, gets the radar pass on a Pigeon. 1, 2, 3, connected last game, doesn't connect this game. We saw it earlier with X13 in game 7 to put them up in the lead. Doesn't connect here for Lotus though. You know, that's really what we haven't seen much. It's been all mechanics this series. Haven't really been any passes. That's another huge commit. You know, Throwback looks really awkward. And Gad, once again, I think Pigeon did say in comp, you know, go, you know, a lot of Lotus's comp seems to be like where it's just so smart, where they know they trust each other on the ball, where they're in that good first, second, and third man positions here. Bubs can't find it. Gad.
There's no third man.
Bubs. And over to Scythe, he does miss it. Now, Cat, wins the challenge. Pigeon, 1 minute left. Gad, has to win this challenge. Gets beat up by 1 player. Pigeon off the backboard. Pigeon can't find a bunch on Scythe. And so far, it is all pressure from Lotus once again late in game number 4 here. Heroics have to come out late. Pigeon can't find it. Thule does manage to give it a little bit more time. Gets a double off the ceiling. Goes over to Gad though. And so far, Lotus have to make something happen. The magic that they have to pull. The magic that they have to do. Cat, Pigeon manages to beat 1. It's another 2v1. Bubs gets bullied. Pigeon can put it away. Pigeon was the one who bullied Thule earlier in net, and now it's Bob who bullied him in net.
There's no momentum. There's no momentum going in the favor of Throwback. Lotus Gaming said, "Oh, you got it. That's all I'm gonna let you get." That is what you want to see if you're Lotus Gaming, because going into a crazy game 4, Bubs to win the game, no good. And Cat's gonna clear it off the line and Throwback. Under 15 seconds remaining. Thule off the backboard trying to make it work. It gets denied again. Pigeon downfield. He gets beat to the ball. Thule over to Scythe. Scythe is jumped. He play jumped it. No boost and 0 seconds to go. It's a little bit too far for him to work. Overtime in game number 4.
I think Bob was also ready for that, even though he looked a little bit far pushed up. You know, a little bit unfortunate. Now Bob has some corner reads to work with. Almost there. Pigeon can put it away. Tournament point. No, match point. They're moving on to double match point here. And Lotus Gaming continue their legacy. 1 more. They're back in the grand finals.
Timeout called by Throwback, as you can see on the screen. That is great by Lotus Gaming, forcing them out. Throwback are making so many mistakes on the back line. You want to be able to minimize that if you're Throwback. No, you're in such a weird position now. You have to get that. That was a must-win game. Now you have to win 3 in a row. 3 in a row. You have to go to Champions Field. And that doesn't happen very often, winning 3 in a row. A timeout called, of course, by Throwback. And I feel like, Akuma, what do you think Throwback needs to do if they want to be able to come away with the win this game?
I think we've seen, I'm going to go back to the point of you saying, you know, winning down 1-3. I think we've only seen 1 here. I think we've seen more reverse sweeps in Spate Champs than we've seen a team go down 1-3 and come back and win it. But I don't know. I think Throwback just needs to shut down the double commits. You know, I think, you know, it was working out in game 1. Really made Lotus like off. You know, it took Lotus off their guard, and it wasn't really, you know, it wasn't working out for them. But the double commit, it's been playing Throwback all series and all weekend. You know, you mentioned it earlier against Spade, and, you know, it ended up working out. Or even in scrims, you know, this is not scrims. You don't have room to double commit. You are in double match point here. If you lose a game, your tournament life is over. You are done. There's no more room for error. Game number 5. Here we come. I'll let you take it away, Melikim.
Bubs, oh, look at him go. The flip reset. He gets a pass back to God. Oh, they almost made it work. And in that timeout, you've got to be talking about how to suppress this team on offense, how you want to be able to play, how to move back on defense as a unit, not to be left in these 1v2 situations on defense where Lotus Gaming are going to be obviously going to be scoring automatic all the time, like Stephen Curry from deep. This is how Lotus Gaming have been playing. They've been playing with the right amount of offense. They've been able to go back on defense as a unit. Here comes Saiz. Oh, he hits the post! They wanted that to start out. They don't get it. And now Lotus Gaming have to rotate right back onto offense. But instead, Thule on offense, above, in the goal by Cat. It's a goal! Thule makes it 1-0.
And Bubs almost managed to get all the way back to the, he did dodge the bomb, almost got back to it. What an incredible sequence and turnaround on defense. And Bub managed to get that out of the net and somehow out to a teammate. But this is, the play that, Throwback needed. I don't know why I'm having some internet issues here, but, Throwback did need this play. And, it has worked out so far. But it is 1-0. This happened to Lotus last time, they were down 1-0 in game 2. They managed to come back. Bubs does get demoed. The timeout did work. Gad can't put it away. Good pass down from Pigeon. Pigeon back flips. Probably said something, but didn't work out here. Now Bubs, full time. Someone has to challenge him. He takes out 2 players. Does go low here. Now Gad, some time to work with. Has a shot open. Pigeon wants to work with it. Can't find the open net. He can't get the double. Pigeon, he's incredible. He's automatic. Double match point. Strikes out again for Throwback. Another double commit on defense from Gad. They both jumped in comms. You gotta say, I go, I go, I go. You can't just have both players go for the ball and expect them, not to get scored on there.
Here comes Kettle against up the play. That is remarkable. That's a masterclass that's being taught. Bubs open net side. Oh, what a save!
Oh no!
They save on defense. That's a phenomenal defensive play. But here they come again, trying to make something.
I'm sorry to cut you off here, but I think Pigeon blocked the first shot off. He came out the ceiling. I think he blocked the first one. But yeah, as you were saying, Mel, incredible defensive stop.
Oh, he had to jump because Gad, when you know God's on the ball, you gotta jump. He's the sniper for this roster. That's a crazy flip play. A little bit of an overcommit. Thule off the backboard. Scythe is going to be up and he's going to be late to the ball. He's good. He beat the one, but he gets saved on the back line by Gad. Pigeon's up. No one's challenging him. He's going to go take this one low. Gad going to kind of wait. Bubs in the air. Bubs wants the double. Gad is going to put it in. No, he can't. Couldn't get the second. Bubs with a follow. No good. Pigeon wants to make this team go 4 for 4 here in this game. Trying to make something happen. No, he can't. Gad still on it, on target, forcing Scythe to go, but it's a routine save for the young man.
And we have a lot of time here still in game number 5. So much time, to be honest. It's been offense on both these teams. It looks just like a repeat of game number 2. Back and forth offense, back and forth defense. Pigeon fakes out 1, Bum fakes out 2! Incredible team play, strikeout again for Lotus Gaming. Look at the comms. Look at the trust. Bub says, I'm faking. Pigeon says, I'll go. Gad says, I'll beat Cat on defense. It's 1-2-3. Automatic. Once again, Lotus is up 2-1. They're on double match point. 2 minutes left. Throwback. What you got left in ya?
Cat. Still trying to go. Here comes Thule. He missed. Cat wants the bump. Couldn't find it. Thule going to try to keep the pressure. But they're like, when Lotus are on offense, they don't let you escape. Well, it's been so readable. Throwback have been so readable. They've been just banging the ball out. They've not been trying to control the ball out. They haven't been able to cut off the passes just like they were doing in game number 1. What they're doing, the mistakes are so visible coming out of Throwback. But again, here they come in top 4. They don't want to end it here. Big miss, Cat. Demo's Pigeon. Bubs continuing the play. It's going to be right over the side. Gad's already pre-jumped the play. But now it's Thule in the midfield. Scythe gets the Demo. Thule on target. Oh! Bang, bang, and throwback right back in the game.
That's incredible, Pigeon. If you can't beat him, demo him, remove him from the play. You can't beat him, delete him.
That is absolutely phenomenal. But Lotus Gaming, they won't let anything get them down. Pigeon right back in the game. Look at this play. That's a nice play. That's something that they haven't really done. They haven't been able to dribble it out really. And the big part of that is they haven't had boost. That's a nice shot. Gad has to get a save. It's a routine save for him at that rank. Right back out, and now Cat, he doesn't have any time on the ball. Just forces, I think it was Pigeon just to commit for the ball. And that's very bad. Here comes Bubs trying to drop it down. Can't do too much with that. Open net is not going to be there. It's going to bounce right back out, crossing to the other side. And of course, this is very, very standard gameplay that we're seeing from Lotus. Trying to break them down, not trying to do too much. Just trying to slowly break down this throwback team who has not had success outside of game number 1.
No, I don't know if this, this looks a little bit familiar, or this looks all too familiar, but this happens to look like game number 2, tied up in the score, tied up, in the game, 0 seconds in overtime, and an even amount of shots, both on offense and incredible defense from both these teams.
Nice speed. Gad gets bumped. Cat can't reach the ball, and that's going to be big because that's going to be a big transition attempt for Lotus Gaming if they can get this ball out. Pitching just has to go right back up. And again, I mean, throwback, they're doing some very, very interesting things that are very obvious. They're kind of readable. If they're winning off of the mistakes, and they have to be able to capitalize. There've been some. There's a one-on-one. There's a 2v1 to commit. Scythe has to go get the second touch, and Gad in a 1v2 situation, but he's going to be able to get that one right back into the corner of a big 50 for throwback player.
Once again, it looks like game 2 is repeating itself, Mel. Like I asked before, don't you think that, this does look all too reminiscent of game number 2? Both teams, incredible offense, incredible defense from this game. And, some of the saves that Gad and Pigeon have made, I don't know how they haven't gone in. Pigeon, last back, does get one to fly off the crossbar, and Gad, has to save from the other side of his net. But, this is a routine game. They've been here before. They've been on match point before so many times. In order to close out a series and throw back, all 3 players go. It does happen to work out. No one is able to follow it up. Thule looks to try and pass out to 1. That's the first time I think we've seen them pass all series. And, or like try and control the ball out of their half here. But 90 seconds in overtime. Here we come. Now Cat, 1v1 on Pigeon. It doesn't go the way he wants. He is getting a little bit bullied though. He has a lot of boost though to work with. He does buy time, enough time for his teammates to get back to Cat. Good double. The net's wide open. Cat has to get back to this. He can. Good save to not put them out of it just yet. Bub has some time now. Bub.
They don't want to go. They don't want to go.
And now over to Pigeon, who does manage to jump for this. Gets an awkward double. Gad does get demoed. That's a huge overcommit. Bubs can't get back to it quick enough. No one is there from throwback to try and, take an opportunity and capitalize off that. Was a big mistake coming up from Lotus. But so far, they've just been controlling the ball and not been throwing it away. They've been controlling it, keeping it on their half, keeping it, with them. And it has been working out, but so far, here comes Cat. Reset on 1. Can beat on 2 players. Keeps us alive. And Lotus can't go 4 for 4. Reset up the sidewall. No one challenged. I think Bubs wanted to get a challenge here. Gad was probably awkward, and it did end up working out.
3 minutes and 39 seconds of game time since we've seen our last goal. Specifically when coming out of throwback, that was a that was a clincher. That made you learn something, okay? That was a scary game for throwback, and they needed to win that one going on to Neo Tokyo, game number 6. I've got the win taken out of me. It's only the second semifinal. Oh my goodness, and you gotta think, we got a banger matching also happening on the other side of the bracket. 2 of the teams that everyone was afraid to play. Everyone's like, oh my god. Nichols College, and then there's Supro, and like, oh my god. I heard, I don't know if it was Gad or someone else say, you're lucky if you take a game off of one of those two teams on the other side of the bracket. This match right here is the honor to go and play one of those two teams, and make sure you're ready, because my friend, it's not going to be an easy one this grand final, but the semifinal has delivered. Yes, it has, but Lotus Gaming are going to try and end it out here. Another elimination match, throwback against the wall. Lotus Gaming going to try to end it on Neo Tokyo.
There has been a confirmation. Nichols College 4-3 in Supro. The last time they played yesterday, they went to Champions Field in Game 5. Nichols College did end up winning in Game 5. And now this time, they also won in Game number 7. But overall, I think a lot of people this weekend had the top 4 teams being Lotus, Spate, Nichols College, and Supro here. And so far, 2 out of those 4 teams are now still in it. You know, Nichols College might have a date with Lotus in the grand final. I think that's the grand final everyone wanted to see. I talked to Bubs earlier after their series against All Mex, and Bubs was like, I want to play Nichols College really bad because Polar used to be his old teammate. And there is a little bit of history, so Bubs, you know, feels like he might be getting revenge if he does win this series and wins tonight's tourney here. But Bubs, long clear down the field, Cat can save it away. Lotus passing their pressure back up. We are in game number 6. They are on match point here. Double match point, you know, not tournament match point here. Not triple match point. Incredible miss pigeon, can't control it, does not get the shot he wants. It's still off the bar, but Gad keeps up the pressure. And once again, Lotus is just showing that if they are on offense, it's just lockdown after lockdown, routine shot after routine shot, transition down the other way, it doesn't go the way they want though, throwback, can't find a pigeon, 0 boost though, has some time to work with, no he doesn't, Gad has to clear this away, over to Cat now, does beat out one player, Bub, just has to try and control it, has to try and calm down, Bub, 2v1 play, Gad can't find the demo, now Pigeon does commit, has the reset, opts to not use it, that's an incredible mind game, Gad. You know, all down the other end, off the ceiling, looks to mind game another time. That's 2 mind games, now over to Bub. Just puts a shot on Ned, not threatening though. Now Gad looks to opt for another mind game, it doesn't work out though. And the amount of mind, and like, look how smart Lotus are on the offense, incredible Bob! No one's there to follow up, I don't think anyone in the Lotus comms had trusted Pigeon to get the bump. And it ended up working out. Now Pigeon, opportunity for a solo play. Up by 2 players. Julie is able to swat it away, but it goes to Bub. Bub looks for a bump. And it's so far another even game.
Oh, Scythe is last back again. It's a 1v2 situation. This is how Lotus have been able to score their goals, and it couldn't. That's a nice little play, though, by Pigeon just to pop it up. He knew the pressure was there. He knew someone from his team was going to be there, was going to be unchallenged, because Throwback are not trusting themselves in the air because they know they're going to get beat a lot of the time. Tuli, he's trying to do some things. Scythe has been playing third man a lot. He's trying to get back to the ball. It's a nice pass right back down to Cad. He can't make it work. But again, Lotus Gaming, they've got it right back in for them. They're right on track to the grand final. Things keep going their way. And it just might, but it's a nice clear right back down as far as Bubs. And Cat going to try to clear it as far as he possibly can with the help of Tuli on the offensive pass.
I'm gonna be honest with you, earlier, you know, when Scythe put that shot down, put that pass down to Cat, Cat had actually ended up pre-jumping that. You know, I don't think if Cat pre-jumps that, he had a wide open Ned, and to be honest, that should be 1-0 now. I don't know why Cat has been pre-jumping a lot of stuff. It hasn't been working out, you know. Purely after game 5 you won, you didn't pre-jump anything, it ended up working out on the timeout. But here comes Lotus again. Scythe gets up late to that save, but manages to get back to it. And now the pressure keeps on coming. Bump comes out. Gad's ready to hand it down. Gad's ready to send us home. He wants the grand finals more than anything. He doesn't want to see game 7. He wants to end it in 6 here. Tuli, you're too slow. Cat, you're too slow. 1-2, Toodaloo. 1 minute and 20 seconds left until we see Lotus in the grand finals once again.
And I think it was Tuli and Scythe that bumped each other in the corner that set that right back up for God. Oh, Pigeon! What's happened here? Lotus take a 2-goal lead, throwback, a big miss. Tuli completely misread that off the backboard. Cat has been doing something that he's done all tournament. He's been trying to get sit on the boost. He's a player that goes all the way back for boost. He's a boost hungry player. He's kind of like lost. And of course, that's never going to get you anywhere. And that's one of the reasons why they've been losing so big. But here's Tooley. It's going to be an easy backward read by Bubs. Now throwback. They're on their last leg. What can we see?
And you know, there was a good pinch out, and it's so smart for Bubs to just have a mind game there and just control it and waste a lot of time off the clock here. But now, 2 players go. You know, Lotus has a 1-goal buffer. Bubs, another mind game, looks to go under 1. He does manage to be able to pigeon out off the ceiling over to Gad. Does not opt the challenge. That's a triple commit if Gad goes. But he does manage to swat away the ball and kill more time off the clock. Another great 50 over to Bubs, who can't find a shot on net. Now Pigeon, more time wasted off the clock. Wants to try and find the third and final one, and that'll be the dagger. Less than 30 seconds left. Gad here, bombs out 1. Pigeon has some time on the ball. The final 15 seconds in game number 6. Go back, you're finished. 10 more seconds. The dagger has been set. Lotus Gaming off to the grand finals.
And what a performance that was from Lotus Gaming. They came in, they did exactly what they were supposed to do. Exactly what everyone thought that they were going to do. And they have a grand finals date with Nichols College in an absolute banger. And it delivered. It's 4-3 for Nichols. It's 4-2 for Lotus. Grand finals awaits. And a potential Champions Field match awaits. And Akuma, that was it. I don't think you're going to see much anything else going in anyone else's favor. Lotus came in, they delivered, and they want to be the undisputed champions. But they have a little bit of a tough match going up next. But being the here, they're going to the grand final.
You have an interview from Gad here. Hello, hello. And do you hear us? Out here. Let's see if we can get above the line. Yeah. We will be heading to a break really quickly.
Flashing lights dance with fire in the night. I'm wired. Watch the time pass us by. Is this feeling lying? Could you pass the lighter? Yeah, I'm trying to keep my cool. Nicotine in my veins, flaming up desires. What am I supposed to do? Cause it feels so good. Feeling wild like a zoo. Put me in a mood. Put me in a mood. Maybe I should've known that it ain't real. How'd you know how to get into my feelings? You're a trip giving me hopeless solution. Hopeless solution.
think it's dawned on me that you ain't coming back. I've lost my chance to see us find our way back. And in the end, amidst these trying times, I'll always try to find you. I'll lie to you to find the truth that you hold back. So stay with me. You know that I'll follow. I can't breathe. Together we'll fall apart. Stay here right in my arms, and we'll start again. So stay with me. Together we'll fall apart. Together we'll fall apart. Together we'll fall apart. We'll fall apart, I know that we're a mess. And I know that you're trying your best. And you're calling me to over dramatically talk to me. And it's so funny, you're all I wanted. And I can't talk, want you out of my life. So say none. I'll wait for days if you ain't one. I'll say none. So stay with me. You know that I'll follow. I can't breathe. Together we'll fall apart. Stay here right in my arms, and we'll start again. So stay with me. Together we'll fall apart. Together we'll fall apart. Together we'll fall apart. Stay here right in my arms, and we'll start again. So stay with me. Together we'll fall apart.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Spate Esports channel. This is the Spate Split #1 Open, and this is the grand finals. After two games played today, we're down to the final two teams: Lotus Gaming and Nichols College. It is iStarCoin and Mel bringing you the action this time. Mel, we are in for a banger.
Yeah, this is going to be a good team. Two good teams going up against each other. Everyone knows Nichols College. Everyone knows Lotus Gaming. Lotus Gaming, they came in. They are on an absolute rocket right now. But if there's any time that they can be upset, I don't think they win almost every grand finals, essentially. They win everything, and they just don't lose. I don't think they... Apparently, Akuma said they haven't missed a grand final since the regional of last season. Nichols College is a team that can potentially upset Lotus Gaming if they were to get upsetted, and they start off nicely here.
That they do. 11 seconds in as Pyro's slamming it on, or more like sliding it on in the top right corner. And Lotus Gaming, they definitely need an upset. They are the favorites in pretty much every game. I would say this one included. Lotus Gaming has been on an absolute tear, going, of course, 9-0 in the Swiss stage, only dropping 3 games today. 1 to All Mex, 1 to Throwbacks. And Nichols College, they dropped 3 games in 1 game, or in 1 match today.
Yeah, Nichols College, they had a very tough one against a team that people can say is as good, maybe even better than them, against Hey Bro, I think the name is, or Sub Bro rather. It's a pretty good team. 2 very good teams, 2 very scary teams. And Gal was saying 2 of some of the best teams, if not 2 of the best teams in the entire tournament are on that side of the bracket, and they had to face in the semifinal. And of course, everyone saw that coming. X13 almost got a piece of Sub Bro early on in the tournament, but Bubs got a piece of Nichols College rather as Lotus Gaming get on the board here early.
ties it on up. Perfect pass, perfect play. Pigeon with the beautiful setup, and it's slammed on through. Bubs strikes first for Lotus Gaming. And game one already has all the makings of a very close one.
You gotta look at K-Frost. He's gonna be one of the playmakers. He teamed with S5 Cosmic in the fall during a lot of the tournaments. They played a lot of different tournaments together. They played Frost Esports. They played, I think it was Tactical Banditry. They played GSCS. They've been with each other. K-Frost is at that level, which is why everyone's like, oh my god, this team is going to be so good, because of course he picks out great teammates. This is going to be a big series, but here's Gad off the backboard, couldn't get the double tap. It's cleared off the line, and K-Frost is the one to get it off the backboard.
And Bubs doing some close delaying right there. Just running into them on the wall, making the save as hard as possible. Somehow, some way, the Nichols College defense managed to get in position close enough, and they're able to get onto the offense as well. Very quick transition, and Lotus Gaming are able to keep it out. But Nichols College still on the attack, not letting up, not letting off the gas pedal. Demo and a walk-in goal. K-Frost is the one to strike next.
This is something that we didn't exactly see in the last series. Nichols College is a completely different pace. They're playing at a completely higher pace. They're forcing Lotus Gaming to scramble on defense and on offense. When they do get on offense, it's just 1 or 2 shots on target. Not even shots on target, just 1 or 2 seconds on offense, really. And then it's going to be cleared right back into the blue half. And they're going to be forced on pressure. Pyros forces a backboard play. Bubs keeps it close. Brings it right back down. He's got Gad in the middle of the pitch. Forced to take a 50. He's not even going to be able to make contact with it. Pigeon backflips. Apparently it works as a tactical fake. And now it's a nice opportunity. Bubs in the middle of the field. Couldn't get it to work for his team. And now Nichols College is going to look to rotate it right back onto offense.
Got Bubs. Can't quite win that 50. Thankfully, Pigeon and Gad are there. And they got to push this one forward. They made a mistake on defense last time around. They cannot afford to make any more. But I think the mistakes are just going to keep flowing as Bubs, not the touch they wanted. They wanted to touch that with the front, the top half of their car, not the bottom. And as the wheels spread a softer touch, and it just does not work out in the way of Lotus Gaming. And Nichols College taking the initiative and extending the lead to 2 now.
That's what they wanted to do. Lotus Gaming are going to be caught out. They don't get upsetted a lot, if not ever. If there's any time to do it, it's the start of the next season. Kind of like every season, everyone's saying, oh wait, BDS, they just came off a championship. Kind of like RLCSX. It's like they came off of a grand finals loss to Vitality. They go in, they're looking like the best team in the world. Then they go back down, then they're right back up, and then they win a championship, they come right back this season, and guess what? They get knocked out and knocked down at the start of the new season. That's exactly the storyline we're seeing here. It's gonna float on target, a big save of Polar. Gat had another attempt to hit the post, and now a potential for offense coming out of Nichols College.
That last voyage to the blue side or the orange side of the field, that one was a heartbreaker. They got so close to scoring a goal, so close to chopping the lead down, but they couldn't quite put the end to the rally. They're going to stay exactly where they are, down 2, and with Nichols College still firing away. Bubs, the last man on defense, has to make that save and does by the skin of their teeth. But now to talk about the offense, that's what needs to be talked about. Nichols College up by 2. Saves aren't going to do it anymore for Lotus Gaming.
Yeah, they have to find a way to rotate right back onto offense. And this is where it's crunch time right now. They have to make things work. Bubs has got in the midfield. And they try to use it as a nice play. They try to use the backboard, but K-Frost was there. Pigeon dives in. Gad couldn't get it on target. It's going to be right back to Pigeon. Doesn't matter. This game is going to be over. And game number 1 is going to belong to Nichols College. And watch out, Lotus Gaming. What's happening? Nichols College take game number 1. Of course, throwback to game number 1 in the last one. Lotus Gaming were able to respond. But Nichols College, they've been able to cut off all of Lotus Gaming's passes, but they've been able to live rent-free. Look at all the shots on target. They've got 10 shots on target, Nichols College do, compared to the, I think it's the 6 shots are coming out of, or 7 shots coming out of Lotus Gaming. Not exactly what you want to come out and see here, but Nichols College, they've been able to do their thing. Lotus Gaming still trying to keep it close, still going to be competitive, but how competitive is the question.
Really seems to be, and we gotta think back to the Swiss stage, the first stage of the day, or the first stage of the tournament, where Lotus Gaming went 9-0. They didn't drop a single game, and today they have not swept any of these teams. And I mean, to be fair, they did face Almex in the second round of the Swiss stage, and then they took down Almex 4-1. But still, going from 3 sweeps to not a single sweep, not really even getting close because Almex put up a pretty good fight. That's definitely worrying. I get that the format change is a best of 7 compared to a best of 5. But that difference, I would be worried if I was Lotus Gaming. From playing at such a high level for so long, putting the emphasis on, hey, we are the best team in Spate. And then just
God, it's open.
And just going to being completely showed up by Nichols College. Not a good look, and it's not a good sign for the rest of this series to come.
Yeah, and I think it's a good point that you brought up right there. Lotus Gaming, they came in and they had a really tough time. They got, I mean, they came in, they went like, what, 3-0 in the Swiss stage? And it was like, okay, now going to playoffs, Almex, wait a second. Let's shake things up a bit. They struggled just a little bit against Almex, and then they go in and drop 2 games in a series that I feel like Throwback really had a chance to win because they played really good. It's like Spate is becoming kind of like the Middle Eastern Rocket League right now. People are starting, the top teams are starting to get upset. The players and the competition is getting a whole lot closer. And if you're a fan of Spate Esports and you're a fan of just watching Rocket League, that's exactly what you want to see. But Pyros, a big play off the backboard is going to be taken away by Bugs, but still not clear enough to get this ball out of the orange, the blue half. Here comes K-Frost right back down. It's going to be taken away, and Pigeon has an opportunity to rotate right back up.
K-Frost with another shot. Make that another goal. And Lotus Gaming's defense in shambles right now. They let in 3 goals throughout the first game. 2 goals in this game. It's not looking good. 2 goals in the first minute after coming off of being the dominant team throughout the entirety of day 1, throughout the entirety of the Spate Open. I would be worried. I would be shaking in my boots.
And historically, this is Nichols College historically are the underdog. They come into someone else's territory and is like, wait a second, they've lost before to some of these teams. Nichols College have. They're not going to be expected to win this. People are going to be rooting for them, but they're not going to be expected to win this at all. Lotus Gaming, this is their team, this is their tournament. But of course, so much can be done when you're going up against a team of the caliber of this. Pigeon, look at the control, drops it right back down. K-Frost, look at that, he beats Gad to the ball. They've been able to get there first, they've been able to rotate out. And the defense needs to start working for Lotus Gaming because offense, if you can't convert, you gotta be able to go back and shut things down. Pyros won't let the ball go through. That's an outstanding defense. It's 3-0 Nichols College. K-Frost a hat trick, and that is another outstanding catch out from Nichols College.
100% shot percentage ratio for K-Frost. 3 shots, 3 goals here in the second game. Lotus Gaming completely shut down. We're halfway through. Lotus Gaming, they have 4 shots, 0 goals. They only have 2 saves. Meanwhile, Nichols College, They have saved every single one of Lotus Gaming shots, -1. Pyros has the Savior medal, 3 goals. Pyros being the amazing defensive player, that third man playing it perfectly, and Polar now getting involved with the saves as well. But K-Frost, the man on the front page, the one who's taking all the fights they get, and then Pyros and Polar supporting them perfectly. As there's another set up, really nice, but there's no one there to really put the nail through that one. And it's going to be a missed opportunity for Nichols College, but not this one.
Pyros, you know what he's going to do. That's a big defensive mistake as well. Gad trusted pigeon backflip. He saw the shot going to the far post. The redirect wasn't there. Pyros got back to the double tap. Nichols College extend the lead to 4-0 Starcoin.
It's just getting worse and worse here for Lotus Gaming.
What's happening?
For a team we thought was so dominant, they are... Okay.
All right then.
Yeah,
All right then.
Nichols Gaming, you're up 4-0. We'll let it slide. But really, guys? A team save. Pyro's going to try for a goal, but Gad's going to smack it away. And
They overcommitted it. I think they're just kind of playing in free play right now. They're just kind of gone on autopilot. They went on 4-0 and they're like, oh, let's just do whatever the heck we want because they have the space to do whatever they want. Big double commit. Polar calls up K-Frost, who goes for the bump, but Pigeon gets back with a save.
minute to go now. Lotus Gaming needs to score quickly. It's technically possible, but there's so little time. They need to score back to back to back to back. And Nichols College have been so good. They've saved nearly everything that's come their way. I don't think this one's going to happen, Mel. I think we need to go to Game 3 for Lotus to solve their problems.
Maybe I think the right thing to do is to be called a timeout right here because this team is too good, Nichols College. They're looking so nice. I think if this was last season, I feel like this would not be happening. I feel like Lotus Gaming would be dominating last season. But they're getting a taste of their own medicine of what they've been doing to other teams. Everyone's been trash talking against, in the favor of Lotus Gaming rather. But Nichols College is like, hold on, quiet your little voices down. Game number 2 is going to go in their favor. Nichols College and Gad, the team captain, calls a time out. And I think that's the right decision to do here. They need to come back. They need to recollect. And if I'm Gad, you have to step up.
I have to agree. The captain kind of underperforming, only 1 save and 1 shot throughout that entire game. And I mean, if we're being honest, Lotus Gaming, the entire team is underperforming, but that relies on the captain. The captain is the one who leads the team into battle. They're the ones who calls the plans and things like that. So Gad needs to step up a little bit. It's going to be hard. Nichols College are showing themselves to be an amazing team and maybe just the team that can best Lotus. But when Lotus is playing at their top, I believe the only team that can best Lotus is probably Lotus.
Right.
Because they're a good team. But right now, they're not playing at their best.
I feel like they are, in my opinion. I think they're trying to do the same type of... I feel like they're trying to have the same play style that they've been having throughout the tournament. Nichols College, what is it, rank B plus, rank A? They know how to take down these lower teams. And they're not even playing up to Lotus Gaming. They're playing down. No, they're playing at their own pace. They're forcing Lotus Gaming to play up to them. They're trying to force Lotus Gaming to make these big defensive mistakes to get these clears out. And it's just working for Nichols College. They've been able to get these bumps. They've been able to rotate in and out of the play and make things work in their favor. And they've also been able to play they've been able to go up and down the field as a unit and have it work as a cohesive unit. It's been working for them. And Lotus Gaming, they need to be able to cut off the passes and then find passes of their own, because right now, solo play and just bang the ball right back to the top of the pitch in Nichols Gaming's half is just not going to work because now they have the possession and it's not going to work in the opposition's favor.
Timeout is over. And we are ready to go for game number 3. And Gad, Pigeon, and Bubs, they needed to call that timeout as they could not have kept Nichols College in their flow. Break it up. Don't let the momentum get too solidified.
Look at the demo.
And we have to just get things hot. And I actually think that Gad is broken. Something's wrong with Gad. So we're going to, I believe we're going to take a reset here. Okay, well, that was not an ideal start to, or an ideal restart to the series, I should say.
Yeah, I feel like going into this game, you need to have the mentality of kind of control the ball. Kind of manage the pace of the game. Don't let the opposition continue to manage and get all the boosts. Because right now, they're playing with no possession. Why? They have no control because they have no boost. Everything around the pitch is being dominated by Nichols College and their rotations, their bumps, and it's just working and working and working. Gad has to be able to step up. He needs to find a way to facilitate the gameplay, to distribute the ball and keep his team in it mentally and physically in the game. Because that is unbelievable how Nichols College are playing. Lotus Gaming have the potential to step up and take a game. It's not the series, and they really should have. This was last season, and I think they will.
I got to agree with Nichols College completely dominating the field. But I feel like Lotus Gaming kind of letting it happen. Of course, there's no just let it happen, but they're not playing as frontward as they could be. You don't just, dominate the field. You don't just dominate the boost, the field, the presence without any backfighting. And Lotus Gaming, I don't think they're fighting back hard enough. Like, they are fighting back. They're trying. They're trying to get to the ball a little bit quicker than Nichols College, but I think they're just failing
my gosh.
because they're not taking the initiative is what I'm trying to say. Nichols College is pushing up and Lotus Gaming is waiting for them to push instead of taking the initiative before they start pushing.
It's a nice cut. I think they know what they want to do. They're trying to force this offensive pressure, trying to... But stop! You can't let them have this much space to work, Nichols College. You can't have Nichols College have this much space to work, because what they're going to do is they're going to play on the ball. They know how to play off the ball. And when they are, once they get it, they're going to play around you, rotate right back onto offense, and continue their sequence. That's a nice play by Bubs. Pyros is not going to get back to the ball. Yeah, that's not the touch he wanted. K-Frost pre-jumped it for no reason, had to go back down to the ground. Bubs, it's a nice bang out. It's only as far as K-Frost. Now you have to control. If you want to get the ball out, you have to control it. Win 50s, maybe going to flick over one. Have a defensive player come up and get a big follow-up, because bang the ball right back out into Nichols College's possession, because they can do literally anything they want to with the ball. They're magicians. They're at that level. They're at that rank. And now what you want to do, that's a nice quick 1-2, but it's going to be taken away on the back line by Pyros.
Very close to the net as well, but nothing can go in for Lotus Gaming. Nichols College, they're giving Lotus a lot more space, but it's not enough for them to work with. I feel like they might be doing that on purpose. Lotus Gaming, they're getting so close, but they can't quite go in.
Oh, what?
Nichols College playing it risky, but being as controlling as possible, and it's working so well.
Oh, he's in the middle of the goal. He's facing up front. He didn't go back post. It was a little bit awkward. Back post, front post. Wherever you are, you're saving that. You're going in the center of the goal that's giving you the lowest percentage save right there. Pigeon has to work a magic. Does exactly that. Could get back to the ball. That had to be it for Lotus Gaming to get right back into the game, not only mentally, but in the physical momentum. They are a momentum team. And that's exactly why they're usually unstoppable. But once they find a team that they have to play up to, it just doesn't work for them. They have not been challenged in Spate, literally at all since it began, and they're showing what happens when a team comes in, steps up to the plate, and decides to say, wait a second, you ain't all that this time around. We're going to do exactly what you've been doing to the other teams and step up and challenge them with everything they got.
Halfway through, K-Frost. Oh, Gad makes that save, and Polar using all the boost in their tank to make that save. No shots just yet. It was close, but they can't quite push it through. Lotus going to stay down. Nichols College, they are going to stay frontward pushing. Shot, more like pass off the backboard.
Oh,
doesn't
Bubs.
quite land. Bubs trying to push it through, but there's no one to come on the second touch. There's no one there. The pass is set up perfectly. There's no one to finish for Lotus, and that's been the story of the entire day. And speaking of story, talk about the bump story. Bringing it back to that. Nichols Gaming double demo. It was like 3 versus 1 at that moment.
That was 2-1. That's absolutely phenomenal. Lotus Gaming, they're playing so much better in this game number 3, but they still can't take down this team. Polar puts it on target. It's taken away. Pyros gets it right back. Get on the back line. He's got to try to do something with it. Polar, open net, bang!
Nichols College running away with this game, and more importantly, running away with the series. Lotus Gaming is down 2-0 with 1:15 left. If they drop this game, it's match point. Nichols College, reverse sweep will be needed. Correct me if I'm wrong, we've never had a reverse sweep in the grand finals in Spate.
I don't even think they have. It's good. Had they, that would have been absolutely phenomenal.
In the playoffs, I mean, not the finals. The
Yeah,
playoffs.
the playoffs, maybe. Finals, I don't think
I want to
so.
say no. I want to say no. Not best of 7.
Lotus Gaming, they've lost control of the game. They've lost control of the series, and they've lost control of the championship. Only until that point, Pigeon gets a nice play, and I believe that bump on the back line, that demo sets it all up.
45 seconds now, 46 to be specific. Maybe this game's not over just yet. Lotus finds an opening, and Nichols College, they falter. The very rare mistake from Nichols College, making another mistake! Going past the ball on the kickoff and give Bubs another goal. Tied up again with 43 seconds now.
Polar got his hand caught in the cookie jar, and Bubs said, no, thank you. I'll be taking the chocolate chips. 2-all. These two teams can compete at the exact same level. Nobody counted Lotus Gaming out. Only Nichols College has been playing at the super high level, and Lotus Gaming got caught out. But only until that point. That timeout, did it work? Will it work? We're gonna have to see.
20 seconds to go. K-Frost. Pyro's looking for the bump to keep Bubs off of it. Somehow Bubs avoiding the bump. And now it's tied up. We might be seeing overtime, or we might be seeing a last-second goal. Pyro's going forward. Can't quite win the 50. K-Frost wants to keep it up. 0 seconds. Bubs going up. Gotta flip it up, and it's gonna touch the ground. No flip, no touches, just overtime in game 3.
I had no boost to work with that either. That's a nice play by Pigeon. He had to get there. Gad gets completely caught out. Polar. It's a 1v2. K-Frost wants the bump, doesn't get it, and Bubs is doing such a good job of avoiding. But of course, this team, they know what to do. They know how to be disrupting. They know how to completely delete and take the players out of the play and catch them out. They're a 15 team. They know how to catch them out. But Pigeon, he pushed too far up. That's no! It's match point for Nichols College. Oh, word. Nichols College are not going to be denied. Pyros, another defensive play leading on to offense. 2-3, match point, regional point.
What? Where was the defense? Where was the rotation? Lotus Gaming just let the rotation fall off a cliff. And now Nichols College takes game 3. It's match point. It is SCS championship point. History needs to be made for Lotus Gaming to win this one. 0-3. Best of 7 reverse sweep is needed. How can they do it?
Oh my gosh. This has been unbelievable. I mean, they leave the match. You can't leave the match. Either you're changing presets. You're changing presets, you're back in by now. It's almost like you're taking a second time out by leaving the match. There's got to be a DQ timer somewhere. They come right back in. They say, okay, we're not done. Well, hold on a second. You don't have Pigeon in the lobby, so you can't exactly go right back into the game. Hey, Frost, Nichols College, they want to go in. Now Pigeon's in. Nichols College on SCS regional point. They're right back in the season. Split regional number 1. They want to take down the defending champions.
Game 4, Lotus Gaming. They have a mountain to climb, and then another, and then another.
And
Four
another.
mountains need to be climbed here if they want to defend their title. And Nichols College, they just need to win one more game over these next 4 games. They can drop this one, the next one, and the next one, and be completely fine. Lotus Gaming, they are on their last life.
Second Minecraft. You lose a heart, you lose another one, you lose another one, you lose another one. In this case, they're on their last heart. They need to find a way to score. Pigeon needs to be hitting that. He hits that 99.99% of the time. Akuma knows it. He's with this team the entire time. Oh, here comes Pyros. Pyros! Oh, what a save by Bumps!
Lotus Gaming, they're still playing up to par. Just because they lost 3 games doesn't mean they have to lose another. And that save was amazing. They need to score first. I feel if they strike first, they might have a chance at winning this. No way can they strike second. They cannot let Nichols College score the first goal.
Frost.
I think that will be game over. And
Game
Nichols
over.
College has just scored first. Mel, you joked about it, but I am confidently saying that might be game over.
K-Frost had a brilliant backboard double tap read. He made the defender rockboard, had the follow-up, got an great play, was in an excellent position to make a play on the ball, and did exactly that. Pigeon, no boost. Gad can't find the shot. They're panicking. They're playing too fast. They're struggling to make a play on the ball. They can't do anything right now. They're playing down right now. They have to find a way right back in the game. And that's what happens. Nichols College, they've been able to shut this team out. It was a closer game in the 2 semifinals. It went to game 7, Nichols College against Sup, bro. This one may not even see Dead Egg Canyon Oasis. This is an absolute masterclass by Nichols College. And a disaster class on the side of Lotus Gaming. They can't let a second goal go in. They might let a second goal go in. No, they can't. Cat has a ball. No boost to work with at all. Pyros knows that. K-Frost knows that. Now he lets the ball completely roll, gets a demo, now all the space in the world. But now Lotus Gaming have to move upfield.
Halfway's already passed, and K-Frost, despite having no boost, still gets the ball past 2 Lotus players. Very nice. Now Pyro's passing it towards the wall. Met on the ball. K-Frost wins the 50. Pigeon is back. He's got to clear it. And with 2 minutes to go, Lotus Gaming still down 1. Nichols College, they just need to stay on the money. They've been on the entire series so far. It is just 1 minute,
What a
50
read.
seconds more. After we thought that Lotus Gaming was going to run away with another regional, Nichols College steps up and they are one game away from making the dream come true.
Oh boy, Spate, Gad, Lotus, Nichols College. This is the grand final. The final minutes of the grand final. Pyros to end it. Oh!
1 minute 14 left, and Nichols College has scored again. Bubs with the whip of the entire season. Pyros puts them up 2. The clock's ticking. Lotus, what can you do?
You counted them out. Nichols College. You never thought they were going to be able to do it. There's still a minute remaining. We saw what they were able to do in a minute. In the last match, they came back 2 goals inside 45 seconds. They need a goal first, and they need a kickoff goal and maybe something later in the game, but they need to make it happen now. That's a good start. Bubs does a backboard pull, got a second touch. That's not what he wanted to do. He could have got it further out. He completely misread the backboard. K-Frost gets it. Oh, it's a goal! It's an open goal! That's a terrible touch. K-Frost got caught out. He was in the corner. Did not think his teammate was going to get that very weird touch. Pyro got completely caught out. Pitson got a brilliant goal. He was there. Lotus Gaming just need to be there for the challenges now.
Eerily similar to Game 3. In Game 3, we had 1 goal and then a missed kickoff, and it resulted in Nichols College leaving another goal up. It's the demo shot, still saved away. Bubs keeps pushing it forward, and K-Frost has to save it away. And for these next 20 seconds, Nichols College just has to play keepy away. But Lotus Gaming is going to make it as hard as possible.
Oh, that goal had to go in to start off with the kickoff goal. That was their only way back into the game. It's going to be impossible. 10 seconds remaining. Pitch can't go. Pitch. Oh, he's gone again. Pitch in the back line. Not a lot of boost to work with. Here's your regional. One last opportunity. Gad's up. Doesn't make it happen. Nichols College upset the #1 team in the league. Nichols College are your SCS regional #1 champions.
Not just an upset, Mel. That was a clean sweep. 4-0 is your score. And Nichols College take the first regional of the season. You've got to be kidding me. Lotus Gaming coming in for the biggest, baddest, most dominant team in Lotus Gaming. They absolutely steamroll Lotus Gaming.
The way they do it too is unchallenged. They didn't even look like there were 4 other players on the pitch. It looked like it was a what? It looked like it was 1 or 2v3. Lotus Gaming just was not there. They couldn't get the ball out the goal. They couldn't get the ball out their own half. When they did, Game 3 and 4 was a whole lot more closer than Game 1 and 2, but it was still just as dominant, my friend. That was an absolute masterclass. And Lotus Gaming, it's not like they played bad too. They did all they could. Nichols College were just better.
They really were. Lotus Gaming played a pretty solid game, but Nichols College was absolutely unmatched by everyone. And we didn't really get to see Nichols College show it off against anyone. Really, the best game that they had was against Supbro, and they went 3-2 in the Swiss, 4-3 in the semifinals. But to show what they could do against the best team in the league, we haven't seen that yet. And now we have. And it seems like we have a new best team in the league.
I mean, they came in, they did unbelievable in the power rankings. So wait till power rankings come out. Oh my god, that was absolutely unbelievable. We have Pyros in here now. This is something I want to bring up to you, actually. Pyros, come in. You go to Champions Field, Pyros, against Supbro twice. And you come in and you smack the #1 team in the league. How does the pace of gameplay change in between those two teams?
I mean, Supro, we knew coming in after the first day, it was going to be difficult, especially because it was so tooth and nail. It could have been either or for both of the matches. Their team plays are very well. I mean, either one of those matches could have been, either way. But going into there, we figured that was one of the best warm-ups we're going to get. We weren't exactly sure, since we haven't played this team, what we were going to get, whether through Swiss or through playoffs. But, I think that was... Whoever was winning our series was winning, because I have the confidence saying that, I mean, they were such good matches beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we got the best. We got really good warm-ups, did our best, and I mean, it showed. I'm very happy for all of us.
And like, how did you feel like going up again like 2 times? You went to Champions Field. How do you win 2 times against Champions Field in the place where everything else just does not matter? That pressure, that atmosphere. How do you come out on top?
No, I mean, we already had all the pressure on us from, like you were saying, the Champions Field. It was tough, especially when we lost the series lead. I mean, we have Polar, who's from EU. I mean, it's 3 a.m. for him right now. No exaggeration, playing on 150 ping. I think we were all kind of tired and got the adrenaline, got the little kick in the butt to wake up, get the series win, and then kind of just carry that momentum on through to winning.
Oof.
Yeah, it was a very good game. And I gotta say, looking at the Swiss stage, seeing that Lotus Gaming, the only team to go completely undefeated throughout the Swiss stage, not dropping a single game, what were you thinking going into that, knowing that you were going up against a team that went 9-0 in the stage that you went 9-2?
I was thinking they haven't played us yet. Those were my only thoughts going in is, hey, they went 9-0 against teams that we didn't see. We didn't really have a metric for how well they were doing, but very confident in how we were doing overall, and especially we've been putting in so much time. Confident going in, even against the record and continuing their record into playoffs.
I win it, and it really showed throughout your gameplay.
Yeah, it was so good too, but like, I don't know if I don't exactly. You don't have to answer this question. It's gonna be a little bit odd, but comparing you guys and Subpro to Lotus Gaming, who at the moment, so going before 10 minutes ago, was the #1 team in the league. How do you compare those two? Is there like a big gap where it's like, oh, we know we could just go in and beat this team? It's going to be a routine 3-0, 4-0, 3-1, 4-1 type thing, or is it a little bit closer than that, and you feel like they just had a little bit of a bad day?
I mean, Supro, we put a pretty solid foot forward, and they were fighting tooth and nail with us. Their team plays are very good. I mean, they had us locked on defense quite a bit, to where I can honestly say if it was either or in both of those matches. I mean, both of them, Game 5, Game 7, differentiated by 1 goal. It's very, very tough going in. Going against the team that we just beat, I think that biggest thing going in is we knew that they weren't going to have as much team play. They were going to try to solo play and force it down our throat, which is exactly what they ended up doing. So we managed to, have some good passes, have some play around them, and beat them, and get comfortably on offense to where it wasn't as much of a concern being pressed back on defense.
And compare that, like that series you had to Supro to Lotus. How different was that?
I mean, Supro's very good team. Like I think all of us coming in were like, oh, okay, we start off, especially with the DQ. We were like, okay, we get a warm up before Supro, at least get our bearings. But since we had a DQ before that, we were like, okay, we're just getting dumped right in the deep end here. So definitely looking to winning that one first, kind of taking it, step at a time, making sure we beat Supro, and then figured out how we could go forward. It was more focused on Supro than the others.
Starcoin, that was a match. This was a tournament.
It was an incredible match. And Pyros, I want to say thank you for letting us interview you. If you got anything you want to say to everyone watching at home, now's your shot.
Yeah, no, I mean, I appreciate it. Appreciate everyone who's come out to support us. I mean, definitely getting some reps in, especially as a new college team looking to break out into the scene as well. And especially within this league, this will not be the last you'll be seeing of us. I can close it on that.
All right, sounds good. Everyone watching here at the Spate Esports Twitch channel, thank you for tuning in. It was an absolute pleasure to cast for you guys. Mel, we went on a ride, and the ride ended at Nichols College. And that is it for the Spate Series Open 1. Mel, you got anything you want to say before we send us home?
Hashtag deep breath. Hashtag, wait, I'm gonna be like Jasmine, exclamation point, help. What happened? It was close. It was real close. It was a really good tournament too. I mean, thank you so much to everyone that helped out. Gad, the owner, the runner, Akuma, always doing your thing. Nightya, JJ, Little Joe behind the keys. He's doing every single thing that you don't see and that you do see. He has been so good. Everyone's been so good. It's been absolutely phenomenal. Biggles, JJ, Cubics, Abukul, and Coach Scully casting last night, and everyone for casting today. Thank you. A big Spate thank you to everyone there. And oh my god, that was the most phenomenal regional #1 Spate Esports Malakim, Starcoin, and Little Joe, the producer behind the set, saying so long. We'll see you at regional Mizzou.